All right. Yeah. Looking over.
Oh, there we are. I got the co-host in the back.
We made it. Louis is with us. Excellent. Very nice. We're out on the socials there. We're streaming. We're with it. And I think I got it all set. Mike, happy Sunday. We made it, man. All right. Yes.
We made it. Yeah. Hey.
Didn't think we would. I thought World War III, maybe Civil War. We could be in the midst of a civil war,
maybe
right?
both.
Civil and third.
Maybe World War, where like half the countries on one side, half the countries on the other.
And one half supported by China, the other half supported by the Europeans, right? So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. If I'm to understand the left, we are supposed to be anti-Israel, pro-Palestine.
Yes,
and then anti-Venezuelan people, pro-Venezuelan dictator.
Right.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time following the pretzel logic of the left right now, man.
Because socialism's great.
Pro-socialism, pro-dictators, anti-kings. I'm not really following this trajectory here.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're anti-kid. Did you see that chick, Mamdani appointed? Where she said that we gotta start thinking of housing as a collective.
Right. Yeah, this is a fat, frumpy, pale white woman from the suburbs whose mom apparently is a professor at an Ivy League school, if I'm not mistaken. And the mom lives in Georgia or something in like a $1.5 million home. and her daughter is working for the Mamdani administration there in New York. And she's going online saying, look, white people, brace yourselves and deal with it. You know, hold back your white tears.
The way she like smirks when she says it too. She's like, yeah, white people and a couple of POCs, but mostly white people. Like, you fucking they're cunt, man. Her whole idea is that no matter what you make, you just pay 30% of your income, and then you get to live for free.
Right. Yeah.
In what house?
Exactly.
Are we talking Soviet style fucking cement buildings?
Yeah, take a look at Russia and what they did when they took
like
over the housing market there.
Soviet.
Oh, sorry, did I say Russia? I meant to say USSR. That's your example and the lead you're following there in New York. Here in Colorado.
Go check out Kazakhstan in the 70s and tell me how that looked.
Here in Colorado, there was a huge meeting downtown. They have an area called the Golden Triangle, and it's right by the Capitol building, and there's a museum of fine arts down there, and it used to be a very nice area to get some good food and hang out, good for young folk in the art scene, but now it's overrun with crime and homelessness, and it just happens to also be ground zero for where Mayor Mike Johnston, R. Johnson here in Colorado, he set up his public-funded, government-instituted cheap housing for homeless and drug dealers. And of course, drug dealers took over, and now there's rampant crime. And so what's going on as a result from the rampant crime? The restaurants and bars are shutting up and moving out and going to the suburbs.
No!
So now the community is getting together monthly, and they're complaining to local law enforcement. And the law enforcement is saying, hey, look, our hands are tied. We created this sub-law enforcement group, a socialized group of fellows who walk around without guns and talk to the homeless and talk to the criminals, to kind of figure out why they're homeless and why they're criminals and drug addicts. So point being is, when the government gets involved and starts running your apartments, it doesn't get better, it gets worse. You just open up the door to crime, drug dealing, prostitution, and homelessness. So we're seeing that here in Colorado on a micro level. I can only assume you're going to get that in New York.
This is what I don't understand. People, look at the south side of Chicago and then look at like the north side, right? They cannot bring everybody on the south side up to north side standards. So when they're talking about equality for everybody, They're talking about bringing you down to South Side standards. I don't think people understand, right? That's what always ends up happening. Except for all the great socialists, like all great socialists in history, they will live in the $1 million mansions.
Of course, right. And
Right.
so Ma'am Danny and the head of his new housing group there in New York, this white chick whose mom owns a $1.5 million mansion somewhere on the
Right.
East Coast.
Yes. She'll live in a mansion.
She'll continue living in her mansion or her nice, probably sweet.
Because she's a socialist.
Right. Exactly. Yes. But in the meantime, she's going online, being interviewed and saying to white people in New York, look, you're just going to have to get used to the idea that you don't own your home anymore. That's how it's going to work going forward. We own it. The government, man, we're going to commandeer from you, comrade, right? Yes. And now we run your home. We're going to rent it out to Venezuelans and Somalians. So enjoy your new roommates.
And what makes you think, like my job in particular, I go out there every day, get covered in shit. I'm cleaning sewers and drain lines. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's terrible. If I'm out there working overtime, working 60 hours a week, and I'm living in a 1-bedroom cement apartment next to a guy who does nothing, and you know what I mean? He pays nothing because he earns nothing, and I'm paying 30% of my paycheck to live in this shit apartment. Eventually, I'm just gonna stop working
or leave.
I'm gonna leave, yeah, but you know what I mean.
So Emma and I are
Frank. So I don't know if you know this, but every socialist country that's ever existed, they're so fantastic they don't let their people leave.
Right. Yeah.
Truly, a sign of a great place to live is when the government prevents you from leaving.
And this isn't just opinion of ours. We actually intimately know this through our own family who had to escape communism and immigrate to America. There's a key word when it comes to people who leave communist countries. It's called escape. They have to escape communism to find a better life in a free land.
Despite all of them talking shit about America, CNN has never run a story about the guy who escaped America.
Right. Well, no, Rosie O'Donnell, we hear from her almost monthly now. Right?
She chose to leave, and nobody stopped her. That's the whole point is nobody stops you from leaving.
Exactly. Well, allegedly, that lunatic leftist who decided to cosplay hero and get shot in the middle of a federal investigation there in Minnesota had originally escaped the Trump administration to Canada.
Right? To Canada. I got no kings, so I moved to Canada, who still pays homage to the fucking king.
Well, and Canada, of all places, where they froze people's bank accounts for protesting the government lockdowns. Yeah, how quickly we forget, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, that lady, man.
I don't care about that lady, Mike. There's so many.
Do you remember we posted that video where I was telling you about all these fat lesbians like throwing themselves? Remember, we got so much hate comments on that. I got to go back and find that bitch that commented on the video. I don't know if you remember. One of the comments in particular was like, "This never happens. This doesn't even exist. Where does it?" You know what I'm saying? These ladies were literally getting in front of the cars. her lesbian was like running in front of the ice cars.
Right. Yeah, we did discuss this almost, must have been over a month ago, if not. And it was humorous to us that you basically have these fat, woke white women throwing themselves in front of ice vehicles.
In the suburbs. Like these
in the suburbs. It was 2 months ago, and the hate commentary that we got was probably the best part about it. And I think I could pull it up here. It was ice raids. We were talking about Karens throwing themselves in front of cars. And, of course, as you can see, here we are.
They hate us.
They were very upset about it. But I can't remember the exact. They wanted to deport your hair, or they said it looks like your hair had been deported. But yeah, we already did this. We talked about these insane ladies before. It's a great view into the propaganda that has been going on, in my opinion. They've convinced these women who have no real important things going on in their life, clearly, because they would be occupied with that. If you were, let's say, working a regular job, right? You would have no time to be following ICE agents on a Tuesday afternoon and then throwing yourself in front of the car. Totally absurd. But we were talking about this the last few months, the cosplaying, the fantasy living that most leftists are going through right now, where they feel empowered and with an absurd degree of confidence that they can go inject themselves into a federal investigation, a dangerous place where there are live guns and being drawn, and there is, I mean, the dude in question just got out of the hospital because he was hit by a car and dragged 30 feet months ago trying to do the exact same thing. So it's a violent situation you're putting yourself into.
But besides the history, these are grown men wearing bulletproof vests, body armor. They've got guns drawn. They're not playing around. No,
right.
This isn't a joke.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't care what you saw on Twitter that Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer said that made you want to go fight, because we got to fight these Nazis. They're not playing with you, right? You're gonna get shot.
No, and
you want to be a hero? They obliged. Guess what, lady? Now you're a hero.
Right? Yeah, I guess so. Right, you're a martyr now for the leftist institution. You know, this thing unfolded, and obviously the instant rage when we only had a 12-second clip. And then slowly, drip by drip, you get the other version, the view of the cop, and then eventually now we have a 3-minute clip from someone's porch where you see this insane woman honking for minutes and following these guys and driving the car in front of them and trying to block them. And to me, this all goes all the way back to our favorite moment in time from 2025, the Freedom Flotilla, starting our favorite Greta Thunberg.
The flotilla.
It's coming out now later on that many of the people that were taken by the IDF from that Freedom Flotilla were assaulted, some of them sexually assaulted.
Ooh.
There were a lot of horrible things that happened to these people, but you put yourself into a war zone.
Yeah,
what did you expect when you entered a war zone? And the same thing goes for all you retarded Karens out there, you leftist lunatics. You put yourself into a federal investigation, you are in a danger zone. If you're not prepared to deal with whatever happens there, then you shouldn't be there. And dude, the second I saw the first clip that went viral of this lady getting shot, all I could think in my head is, what are you doing there?
That's the number one question.
Why are you there? You shouldn't be there.
And you should hear, like, the Pod Save America guys are like, we said this was going to happen from the beginning. Innocent American civilians. You're not really an innocent civilian. I'm an innocent civilian. That's why I'm not worried about ever getting shot by ICE.
I know, dude. We always bring it up.
I'm never worried about. I don't even run into ICE. I'm working, so
I don't even know where they are because I work a legitimate job with other legitimate American tax-paying individuals, and none of us at any time of our day are following federal agents to try and interfere in their investigation.
In the story, remember I even told you the guy was like, yeah, my neighbor got arrested. And I was like, the whole time he's telling me the story, I think it's like at her house. And then he's like, oh no, she went down there to find them and then like followed them. Like, okay. No! You went looking for trouble. You found trouble, right?
Dude, yes. And again, what were you doing there? A lot of people, the main talking point from the Pod Save Trump fellas and everyone on the left, I've been hearing, this was a mother trying to drop off her daughter to school. And it's like, no, it wasn't. Because if she was dropping off the daughter at school, she would have been at the school dropping off her fucking daughter.
Wouldn't have even seen the ICE guys.
She wouldn't have been there. So it goes back to the original idea of, what were you doing there? Well, it comes out now that she was a part of a group.
Yeah, group.
Through the school, where they purposefully gather together, they track ICE, and then they go and purposely try to impede on their investigations. lady,
which is crazy.
You put yourself in this situation 100% at fault.
Who do you think you are?
I know. Like,
who the fuck do you think you are?
You're not Batman. Okay, I want you to understand this. You are not. And again, you're a fat, frumpy, out of shape, moronic lesbian woman. You stand no chance against these federal agents who are trained to deal with people like you.
Yeah. Oh, he handled her. Go back to Canada. You know what it had me thinking about? The way they were talking about this lady. Remember Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yes.
Remember he had no business being there. What was he even doing at the riots? He didn't even live there. Remember?
Yes,
he had
absolutely.
To get dropped off by his mom, and he didn't even know anybody there. And then it turned out like, oh wait, actually his dad lived there.
Actually, does live there.
Yeah. The dealership was owned by a family friend who asked him
to come by.
So how come it's why was he there, but not why was this lady there? You know,
absolutely. And this is just so the modus operandi of people on the left, which is they struggle to just mind their own fucking business. I think that's the main theme with liberals these days, which is mind your own business. Stay in your lane, man. Or maybe just don't take up all lanes in the road next time. Just stay in one lane and drive forward and leave these federal agents alone.
There used to be a rap song, if you don't start none, there won't be none.
Right.
What song is that?
I think you're right on the money. It's funny, when this thing dropped, when this situation happened, all I could think of is the Dr. John song. I was in the right place, must have been the wrong time.
Good call.
Another classic. So what's funny is we're in the inject bleach phase of the modern era, where still here we are. You either think Trump said to inject the bleach, or you're a normal human being who lives in reality, right? And so the bleach folk saw the same clip as the rest of us, but according to them, this cop needs to go to jail and be shacked up with Derek Chauvin in the same cell because they are murderers, man. And
no, the Capitol Police that shot the innocent fucking veteran.
Yeah, Ashley Babbitt. Right, exactly.
This guy is a villain. This guy's a villain.
It only took a couple of days. Obviously, we knew this would happen, but the first clip goes viral. That's all anyone talks about. Now that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
And nothing else exists. And he said, drink bleach. It doesn't even matter if you show me the transcript. The guy told us to inject and drink the bleach. This is one of my favorite clips that has come out here the last week. This is various media personalities claiming one thing while we see the secondary footage of what actually happened.
This video. It didn't look like anybody got run over to me.
Based off what I'm seeing here, it really doesn't look like an ICE officer was run over.
Drive, baby, drive.
You can see the video and see the agent wasn't run over. And also on the video, she didn't run over the officer.
This was clearly not with any sort of intention to run somebody over.
Oh, this is a great clip.
Yeah.
That is a great clip.
Posted by the White House. That's right.
Dude, Trump is not fucking around. Dude, Trump is not fucking around.
Yeah, man. Not at all. Right on the money. That is beautiful. Trump's social media team is just A+ in my book. They nailed it, man.
They know what the people want.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Pretty crazy stuff. And
yeah,
again,
the guy's not gonna go to jail for it.
She hit him with the car, dude. You can't. What world are we living in where it's totally fine to drive your car into another human being, man? I mean, come on. Let's just be. Can we be rational for 5 fucking seconds, man? Like, you just can't drive your car into somebody.
There's one question I wanted to scream at the pod safe faggots. If she was just trying to get out of there and leave, was she leaving her lesbian wife behind?
Who was filming it for social media?
Because the wife wasn't in the car. No. So where was she going?
The video clip is insane. The wife gets out of the car, is filming the ICE agent that eventually gets hit, who's filming in that scene. himself getting hit by the car.
Well, that's the body cam, yeah.
And you heard it over and over again. You can hear the lesbian wife in the background literally scream, "Drive, baby, drive," with a human being in front of the car.
and just so we know what kind of person this wife is, the lady who got killed, her children aren't allowed to live with the wife.
A small caveat to this story that people seem to overlook.
Because the wife got convicted of abusing children, including putting cigarettes out on them.
That's right. The lesbian wife was accused of putting out cigarettes on one of the kids' arms. There was abuse going on, and so the couple lost custody of 2 of the other 3 kids. And that's what's so hilarious about this. This was just a poor mother dropping off her daughter to school. Like, only one of the daughters, because the other 2 aren't allowed to be with this couple because they are abusive.
But how come your heroes are always pieces of shit?
Right.
It's this child abusing woman. Right?
Yes.
Before that, it's an MS-13 guy.
Exactly. Dude,
allegedly.
Kyle Rittenhouse innocently shot 2 guys who just happened to be ex-cons and child molesters, pedophiles.
And you guys sided with the pedophiles over the guy who shot the pedophile.
Yeah, dude.
Excuse me?
Somebody's on the wrong side here. You guys love Maduro and pedophiles.
Right. Yeah, man. I'm just... The fallout from this has just been spectacular.
Speaking of pedophiles, I haven't heard anything about Epstein files ever since.
Who?
Where's Giacomo Jeffries over there? Nobody.
Dude,
they were like, "Oh, you want Epstein files? Well, here's some pictures of Bill Clinton," and they were like, "Nope. Let's stop right there." no more
great call, dude.
Files, dude.
Well, it came out this week very quietly that the House Investigative Committee, they have subpoenas on Bill and Hillary Clinton, and if they continue to ignore the subpoenas, they're going to bring them in potentially. Wow. In regards to the Epstein files, by the way.
Oh, so funny. Oh, that's so funny.
It's all Bill in that, man. Both Bills. Bill Gates, Bill Clinton,
Listen, I'm not
Bill Richardson.
I've never said Trump's innocent, and I've never said anybody else is innocent. But your guy was probably the worst.
Yes.
so I would stop. Because second worst was also your guy. Bill, what's the nerd?
Gates.
Bill Gates, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was
absolutely.
Bill Clinton and Bill Gates.
Bill Richardson, famously, who was governor of New Mexico, and I think he died, but he went to jail for, I believe, some nefarious activities with minors, if I recall correctly. And what gets lost in that story always is Epstein's ranch, Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, where they claim the most nefarious stuff went on at that ranch, including the bizarre cloning and genetic activities. I don't know why this always gets dismissed in the Epstein story, but Epstein and Bill Gates, the reason why they were buddies so much and why Epstein was so big on the scientific and biological community is Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein obsessed with cloning themselves. And allegedly, they were really focused, Epstein especially, on cloning like hundreds of himself.
Whoa.
And this is allegedly a thing.
So maybe he did kill himself in jail because it just like reboots him in another body.
Or what if Epstein killed Epstein? Yeah. Like, what if he wakes up in the cell and someone's choking him and it's him? It's him choking him? His clone killing him off? Yeah.
Imagine you wake up, you're a clone, you're like, everything's new and fresh, and you're on trial for pedophilia.
Oh, man. Yes. Oh, man. So, wild stuff. We're living in wild times. Great call on the Epstein thing. But I think the best thing that happened out of all of this is white people just don't know what to think anymore. White women have lost their minds. We've been studying it now for the last 5 years, but one of my favorite viral things to consume online are just fat chicks going full fisticuffs and beating the crap out of each other, just dishing out haymakers left and right. I mean, this was a big thing now for the last 5 years, but it's getting to a point now where they're just putting their bodies in front of dudes with guns and trying to. The video of the lesbian wife getting out of the car, she literally at one point says, "Why don't you go get some lunch, tough guy?" Like, dude,
I know.
Do you understand the restraint this man has to not destroy you physically on any level?
I'm not surprised that they shot your wife. I'm surprised that was the only person to get shot. They should have shot all you fat bitches.
How did he not turn slightly to get you, actually?
I think he was trying to ricochet it off the car. Come on, man. We need to give these guys automatics.
Highlight of the story for me, though, is this clip that I saw online of a gal, a local resident in the Minnesota area, apparently there in Minneapolis, who decided to, once again, in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, stop by the crime scene. Does anybody have a job anymore in America?
No, everybody's getting our money. That's why we're paying so much tax.
Like, so unbelievable to me.
It's crazy.
Am I the last asshole on this planet working Monday through Friday? Is that
we are suckers?
Yes.
I truly believe we're suckers.
I'm out here paying my taxes, paying parking tickets. I'm doing everything legit. I'm the idiot here. Clearly, I should be collecting free money from the government so I can go hang out on the street and be interviewed whenever something happens.
It's crazy.
Best part about this whole atrocity, and it is a tragedy, by the way. I don't want to mock what happened. Someone died unnecessarily. I want to insist that this should have never happened.
It's not the cops' fault. These two people should have never had an interaction. It's the propaganda. It's the media. And clearly, the left always talking about fighting fascism.
Absolutely, man. The PSYOP is real, and it has infected woke white women nationwide to the point now where this lady has showed up to grieve for the death of this woman, but she's so PSYOPed, she's so brainwashed and manipulated, she can't quite figure out if it's the right thing to do. I'm going to turn up the volume on my side a little bit. She's a little tough to hear there. Here we go.
Side, because I was like, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. It feels kind of wrong being here in some way. I don't know why.
Why do you think, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, like, where that stems from.
It stems from propaganda that you've been consuming nonstop on your social media apps and from the legacy media. This lady has so much white guilt that she doesn't feel comfortable grieving for a white person being murdered.
Well, maybe you're uncomfortable because it's the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, it's freezing cold, and you're out here protesting something that doesn't matter. Maybe that's just like your
She doesn't feel comfortable grieving for this woman because she's white, and because Mike, cops kill black people all the time, so how we should just let this one go.
Let this one go.
Like, I mean, part of it is being like a white woman that I'm privileged and I have a lot of privilege. So I feel like white tears are not always something that's helpful or necessary.
White tears.
I feel so bad for this woman and all white suburban women, all you woke women out there. You guys need mental help.
To live with that.
You need therapy. Oh, could you imagine?
Wow.
Oh, it's gross.
People have been experiencing this for a long time. This isn't new for them. And so, I don't know if that makes any sense.
No. It doesn't. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Why are you crying? Go to work. What are you doing? Go to work.
In that way.
How did you decide that you should be here? Or are you still figuring that out?
Well, I work like 2 miles from here, so driving by, I don't, it was like I'm here. I'm 2 miles. I can stop.
Wow, man.
Wow.
So ultimately, I think what this whole incident proved is we have a mental illness problem in this country, and white people You got to dial it back. Stop feeling guilty for being white. It's okay to be a white person. In fact, there's less white people in the world now than there ever was in the history of humanity.
Yeah, we're the minority.
You're a minority, so embrace your minoritydom. You're the victim now. It's okay. It's all right, white women. My God.
Did you see that comedian that went viral for how come only white people get the blue eyes?
I did not see this.
Blue and green eyes, and every other race just gets brown. It's so true. Like literally every other race.
Oh man, yeah. Well, we're minorities now, so you could drop the white guilt, white women, all you woke gals out there. This is just a sad state of affairs for our country right now. This is the effect of 10 years of the Obama administration and Michelle, Big Mike Obama, and Barry going out there pushing this racist agenda. The fact that white people need to apologize for being white, even though their ancestors have nothing to do with the slave trade. And we got to dish out reparations, and we got to do DEI, and we need to hire based on color of skin, which means white dudes don't get hired anymore for anything. Like that's the result here now.
Did you read that story about the first, as we think of it, slave owner in America?
It was a black man, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dude, this is the most uncomfortable story for the reparations and everything. I forgot the guy's name. You're saying
first North American?
He's the first North American slave owner, right? So what it was is the first slavery was essentially like, I would pay for you to move over here, and then you were my slave until you paid back the debt, and then you were free.
Right.
Right? And then there was one man who brought some slaves over from Africa. They paid off their debts, and then he said, no, you're mine for life, and your children will be mine for their lives. And he took them to court, won the court case, and the most uncomfortable fact is that man was a black man from Africa who was a slave himself, who got freed when he paid his debt.
It's a tough history to grasp.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's a tough one, folks, no doubt.
Old Tony, you know? Hey, Tony, what are you doing?
Old Tony Johnson. He was the first formally recognized slave owner to fight for his right to own slaves in the 13 colonies. That is correct.
If it wasn't for this man, there wouldn't have been the slave as we know it slave. So,
right. Well,
it's really uncomfortable. There were a lot of black slave owners.
I think what gets...
Can I just say something? There were... I don't know how many black slave owners there were. There were more black slave owners than Italian slave owners.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it was like zero Italian. Not a lot of Polak slave owners.
We say this as people whose last name translates to flee. Which means we were slaves at one point in our family tree.
100%. My granddaddy's granddaddy, you know?
That's right, man. So... it's slavery and racism. What a complicated history. And it's just sad that here we are in 2025, so far removed from even the civil rights movement of the 1960s. And this white lady can't even go grieve the death of this fellow liberal woke white woman because she was white. I can't even bring myself to grieving for this person because of the color of their skin.
It's not that black and white of an issue. That's all I'm saying. You know?
Great call, man. So, yeah, absolutely.
Lady, how about you just move on with your life? Lose the,
Well, all this chaos now has erupted. Did you see the protests now that have happened across Minneapolis and, of course, Chicago?
Of course.
Here in Denver, they had massive sections of downtown completely blocked off with police cars and sirens, and they were trying to direct the protests going on.
Okay, here's another point I want to bring up, right? Innocent lady gets shot by ICE. The government in Chicago, so it's a Democrat thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Democrats are obviously going to protest, and a Democrat-run city's like, oh my God. We need to board up the buildings. We need to put up barricades. We need to get the salt trucks to block the highway. We need to do what we can to keep this mob under control.
That's right.
Charlie Kirk gets shot in the neck. Not one government was like, We need to put up barricades. We need to put.
Yes.
Do you know what? Do you know
Great
what I'm
call,
saying?
dude. Yes.
There were no salt trucks. Like it was. I don't know. Maybe you guys are on the wrong side here. Maybe it's your side.
Now, Mike,
that needs to tone it the fuck down. You know?
Are you serious, bro? Didn't you see what Erika Kirk was wearing at the memorial service? I mean, how dare she? The husband just died. That whore. Unbelievable of her to wear that.
She hugged JD Vance.
That caress of his hair.
No! Did I see it? I'm so jealous of that guy's hair. It's all I can look at.
I'm still hard. Honestly, it was so intimate. That was basically porn I was watching there, man. Oh, man. No, that is a great call. No roadblocks, no barriers, no police presence on the streets. I noticed, too, an interesting detail to the aftermath of Charlie Kirk being murdered. No stacks of bricks on the sides of streets throughout major cities. It's very curious. You know, why no stacks of bricks?
Mass production of signs and, you know what I mean? There's nothing.
Well, you know, the Charlie Kirk thing's getting kind of weird now, though. I don't buy into the madness of Candace Owens and her desire to keep milking the dead carcass of Charlie Kirk for as much money as it's worth until people forget about what happened. And she's going down that route. The theories keep getting crazier and crazier. I saw one post, a fanboy of Candace Owens, who said, "This is it, the definitive proof, the smoking gun. We got it. Here's the reason he was murdered." And it was like 15 paragraphs and like a 10-minute explanation. If you can't do it in one sentence, it's a bullshit story. You've come up with some cockamamie idea that I got to go down with you through all the twists and turns to figure out what was it, Mossad? No. It was the CIA, people. Can you just understand and drop
I don't know.
it?
I don't think so. The guy's still alive. As long as he's still alive.
I'm a huge believer that this was MK Ultra via the CIA and a Democratic wing of the CIA, of the deep state CIA, that used the LGBLT sandwich, but particularly the T in that sandwich, and manipulates those people. That's how they use their MK Ultra program. I think when you're messing with the hormones and doing the therapy and you're in that community and you're on the tranny discords and all that stuff.
But he wasn't, though.
But his boyfriend was.
His boyfriend was. Yeah.
Well, so he's in the community. And so if you're mixing and mingling with those groups, that I think is the place where they do their MK Ultra chaos stuff, where they do the mind manipulations. And so I still believe that there were more people involved with the Charlie Kirk murder. Why have we not arrested the dude who stood up on camera right when the bullet went through his neck and literally turned to face the shooter with his fists in the air cheering?
Yeah, who also happened to be at quite a few other major incidents. Yeah.
A lot of people knew this guy was going to get shot. So can we get some investigation on the BLT sandwich community? And
especially that guy. Why was he even there?
There were several people who celebrated almost before the body hit the ground, which meant they knew it was coming. There's several pieces of information from online where there were Discord messages and social media conversations.
Erika Kirk got flowers the day before from
No! Was it too soon? Too soon?
I forgot the time zone.
You know? Oh man, and trust me, I love the Mossad. There's some tricky fellas over there, and they definitely do a lot of infiltration of governments. But in my book, all roads always lead to the CIA.
The Jews. CIA.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Well, a piece of information came out this week, and I'm not sure if you saw this floating on the interwebs, but a video pertaining to, and this is from 2013, I believe, this video. And it's about what would happen in the event of a cyber attack, I believe, and if the grid were to go down. This is like an informative video, and it's made with the help of several actors and, of course, members of the CIA. And your eyes are not deceiving you. The video starts with, Erika Kirk. before she was
crazy.
Erika Kirk.
This is crazy. Yeah.
And yeah, this was kind of making the rounds. I'll just play a little bit of the beginning here just to get an idea.
It's just
of
like
what
the
we're
dude
about.
that shot Trump was in a commercial for BlackRock.
Both guys who attempted to kill Trump were in the same BlackRock commercial.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Come on, man.
300 million people in this country.
So this video got flagged online, which is fine. I'll be willing to admit, yes, it is not a CIA produced video, right? It's a video. I can't remember the exact company or companies involved, but that doesn't really matter. If the CIA is in it, if there are members of the CIA in the video, it's a CIA video.
Yeah, they own the company. They guarantee that it's their company.
Absolutely, man. If USAID and the Doge Boy discoveries taught us anything, it's that when the CIA's name isn't tied to it, it's tied to USAID or some subsidiary that the CIA owns, so that way you don't know the CIA is running it.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is Erika Kirk before she was even involved with Charlie, and she's working with the CIA in a video including the CIA by a company loosely affiliated to the CIA. But don't get any ideas crossed out there, people. Erika Kirk does not work for the CIA.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP.
And the 5th one is the Jews, and that's where it cuts off. And
BB watched it in 2013. Like, I will get your husband one day. We cannot strike women.
I think it's very possible that Erika Kirk, some way working with the CIA, introduced to Charlie, intimate relationship ensues. They have children.
She was his handler.
That's your handler, folks.
Their handler. Haven't you seen Total Recall?
Right. Dude, great call, man.
On,
yes. It literally is Total Recall. Holy cow, dude. But I gotta say,
went to Mars?
2 weeks?
2 weeks? Oh, man. I keep thinking about it because, like, they're all, like, revealing these plans to build these, like, moon bases in the next couple years. And so it made me think, like, maybe Frank's right. Because if they're, like, revealing it to us, I expect them to come up with a plan and then be like, we're going to have this moon base in 20 years. But they're like, no, this is our plan. It's going to be done in 2028. 2028? Dude, we can't fix a highway in 2 years.
Bro.
How are you building a moon base? That moon base is already up there, dude.
5 years ago, they started building a pedestrian bridge by Santa Fe and Platte River, where I drive through every day. And then about a year and a half ago, they started setting up a new road where, dreadfully, they're going to create a new intersection. And I like, when they started building it, I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm going to have to think of a new route now to avoid this whole intersection. Here I am 3 days later or so, or 3 years later or so, and intersection still has no lights on. They haven't completed it, and the walking pedestrian bridge still at the exact same spot it was 5 years ago. And I don't foresee this project ever coming to fruition in the next decade. So that's how we roll when it comes to construction in Colorado and America. I imagine when it comes to defense, we probably are far advanced. I imagine we got the moon bases.
Hello,
oh, I think I lost Mike.
Can you hear me?
Not really, no. What happened, man? Did you freeze out? Oh, of course. Of course. We always lose Mike. I blame... Well, you know what? I did say the word CIA several times there. You're coming through the computer somehow. I don't know how that's happening. Yeah, man.
Hello.
Mike is gonna... There it is. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Well, now I can't.
Wow, what happened there?
You know, my fucking whatever, something froze up on me now.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you a few minutes to get the recording going again. I think you could probably figure it out and get it rolling. You know, we got plenty of time, too. I could always jump to some more clippage that I had. But this Erika Kirk thing, I find it to be very funny because everyone's pointing the fingers with the Charlie Kirk assassination, and you hear all this, Mossad talk, and Candace Owens has included, I think, every foreign country in the Middle East at this point in all of their Secret Service agencies.
She just, yeah.
When
All right,
I think it's very obvious and it's very clear, and you don't have to have these wide-ranging spider web connections and conspiracies to understand that, dude, our CIA for 70 years has been doing crap like this both out of this country and within this country.
Yeah.
They did it to Kennedy, man. I mean, it's not hard to see what goes on with our intelligence.
What commercial
agencies.
was Jackie in? Wouldn't that be so funny? A young Jackie in the fucking CIA.
Yeah, man. So at this point, I think it's obvious CIA with that one. And now we're back. We're back. You're back. I'm back.
I'm back. Gotta
Am I
tell
touching
you, man,
you?
touching me. I'm like addicted to these documentaries on World War II on the weapons, and
Really?
just like the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm really worried about our military.
Explain.
Because
Yeah,
we're kind of falling into the trap of the Germans.
right.
The Germans had a tank that could take out 6 of our tanks for every one they had, right?
That's right.
It was such a superior tank. But we built smaller, faster, cheaper. So you blow up 6 tanks, we're just going to send 10 for every one you have.
I'm kind of with you on that, but I don't know, man. I've always been riding just like we were kind of tapping into the we must have spacefaring craft going on. And I mean, there's a guy allegedly who came out in the 80s and said we can travel the entire solar system, but we just don't tell people about it.
I doubt that. I highly doubt that.
Dude, the information coming out about the Maduro capture has completely sealed my belief that we have spectacular technology.
But what do you do when it fails? That's the whole point. Is like you become almost too reliant on it. I was watching this video about these drill sergeants who are saying it's really hard it's almost impossible to convince these new troops that like you might be in a situation where you don't have GPS. You might be in a situation where you don't have the radio.
Right.
Because they're always what do you mean I've had a cell phone in my pocket? Everybody's got a cell phone. There's always cell phones.
Well,
travel the galaxy. Dude, Voyager.
Right.
Sent it in the 70s.
That's right, man.
It's just now about to reach outer space.
That's for us, the peons.
This year, it's going to hit 1 light day.
Right, but again,
that's crazy.
But that's what we get to watch. Like we probably have moon bases, but then what we watch is Armstrong with the 1 foot on for man and giant leap for mankind.
Remember when they were like Voyager's broken, but then we fixed it from a code we sent from down here.
Right.
Really, it was like a guy got into a ship, flew out there, fixed it on the spot, flew back. You think that's what's going on?
I think we have spectacular tech. I'm a huge believer. I'm back when we used to do just Podbean. We had a couple old school conspiracy dudes on there that would always tell us how they have moon bases, that the Nazis and Americans work together, and we've been rocking the moon for decades, and we're even on Mars already. And I believe in that, actually, more so than what they're showing us. Dude, the other day they had an emergency leave from the ISS, the International Space Station.
Did you see that? Yeah.
Because some guy got sick or something was going on. But remember when Biden was president, they were stuck up there for 10 months because they didn't want Elon to bring him back to Earth. No! But you can do an emergency jettison? Come on.
So insane.
I just don't believe what they're telling us when it comes to whatever's going on in space. I'm not saying I don't think we're in space. I think we freaking dominate space, man. That's why I think America's still #1, baby. Nobody messes with us.
Because
when you own the sky, you own it all, my man. Right?
But we might fall into that trap where our equipment is far superior, but it's also way more expensive, way harder to build, harder to maintain. Like half the stuff we have now, we can no longer. One of the geniuses behind like the 5-ton, the Deuce and a Half, the Humvee was they were so with just a small satchel of tools, you could essentially fix anything on that truck.
I don't, what's our military budget now? 1.5 trillion or 1 trillion? And I think Trump made a hilarious tweet how next year it's going to be 1.5 trillion.
1.5,
and there's a lot of that trillion is hidden away in black projects and
did you see everybody
DARPA projects.
Everybody forgets the B side of that announcement. He said he wants 1.5 trillion, right?
Yeah.
For the budget. He also said there's way too much fraud, waste, and abuse. So he's cutting he's like putting a cap on executive bonuses and all this other shit and like stock buybacks for the defense contractors until they hit certain marks.
Wow.
So he's actually putting a leash on these guys, but hey, I'm going to give you the 1.5 trillion, but it's not a free for all.
Right. I don't know.
You can't spend $1 trillion on this F-36 or whatever it was that doesn't fly.
Right.
Know?
Yeah, no, we need to
Navy ship. You see that boat they made that doesn't that's useless?
I know. No, and Trump kind of getting silly with some of the expenditures. He has mentioned he wants to get down with a new fleet of boats, and do we need giant boats anymore? I really don't think so. Right? Maybe we just need tiny little drone boats.
I was gonna say probably a small boat that can hold a lot of drones is what you need.
I still am a firm believer that we have spectacular technology that we only in little drips let the public see and know about, and this includes how we travel through space, whether or not we have Moon and Mars bases. I'm a believer we don't know, and when it comes to not knowing, I have to rely on the words of whistleblowers, Mike. And I had this on the docket from last week. I'm glad we kind of hedged our way towards here. I really believed that you would love this clip more than anything. This is a guy who claims he worked with these black projects.
I don't even know which guy you're talking about as whistleblower. I don't trust either one because of the bracelets. Stop
right.
Bracelets.
Great call. The bracelets definitely indicate
Johnny Depp over here. Get the fuck out of here.
According to this whistleblower who has traveled to the moon and worked on one of our moon bases, we've been there for a long time. So we'll play a little bit of this because he throws in some descriptions of what goes on at the moon that I thought might tickle your fancy there, Mike.
But the one thing that I really wanted to talk about was the moon base. And I've heard from whistleblowers, U.S. Air Force whistleblowers who've been transported to the moon base. And I don't know, I know you can tell me, I think there are multiple moon bases from what I understand.
Yeah, there is multiple moon bases. There is an arc on the moon as well.
Underground?
Underground. I think it is visible.
It is visible?
Yeah, I think.
Is it on the dark side?
It is in between. I think.
Do we know where on the moon?
We do know where. And I think
maybe you could, do you have any idea specifically? Like if I'm looking at the moon, because a lot of amateur astronomers are going to want to dial this in.
No, I do not know the exact location. Well, I can't give out the exact location.
Okay.
There's a lot of different countries involved. I know that. I know that there's another, I don't know if this is the first time people hearing this, but there's other people living in the moon that look.
Excuse me?
Here we go.
I don't believe this guy at all.
Well, this is the best part.
Indian looking.
No! Indians.
And they got these egg-shaped crafts, and they're connected to ancient India. I could tell you that. And
so you know what this means, Mike. The moon stinks.
I know. No! Just garbage everywhere. They already ruined it.
I think I figured out the worst job in the solar system. Moon plumber. I think that's the worst job in the solar system.
Cut me out.
Having to be the moon plumber, dude.
It is the most believable thing. They're the cheapest workers in the planet right now.
Right, man. Yeah.
So that does kind of make sense. There's so many of them. Who's going to notice a couple hundred missing?
Absolutely. You know? I could see the caste system working really well on the moon, So
you save on the spacesuits because you don't have to include the shoes. Just give them a piece of a tire and some string, and they're good.
Of course, everything smells like curry on the moon. What a shitty situation up there. That's why nobody wants to go there. That's why you never hear about it. Everyone's like, "Oh fuck, I got moon detail. Damn it! I'm gonna have to throw out all my clothes afterwards."
That's why Elon went to the moon, looked around. We're going to Mars.
Yeah.
Refuel.
So yeah, man, there's moon bases. They're run by multiple countries, and there's moon
Mostly
men.
Indians.
There are men on the moon. They're Indians or Indian-like, which only means that it smells like shit on the moon.
Well, is he talking about like Indians or Native Americans?
No.
Oh, because ancient India. So he said.
Yeah, no,
okay.
he's talking,
Right.
and he goes on to talk about, in a very interesting manner that, the eggs that we've been seeing, those like spaceship that are
Right.
shaped like eggs. Like I think the gimbal video is similar to that. They're claiming that that's where they're originating from, and these are advanced civilizations.
I didn't even know there were a lot of Indians in New Jersey, though. Is that
And he says that the technology, these sphere-like egg-shaped spaceships, are controlled via spirituality and technology, a meld between soul and tech. And so that's why we struggle to use the alien tech that we come across, because we're not advanced enough spiritually, or we don't tap into the frequencies that
got
probably
no soul.
We got no soul, Mike. That's right, man. So I found that to be interesting.
All right.
I like it. I'm down with that kind of stuff. But this plays into my thought and theory that we have spectacular alien, seemingly alien-like tech. I think that we have a masterful control over frequencies and vibrations and energy. Probably ties into the fact that we raided Nikola Tesla's Colorado Springs laboratory after he died, and the FBI took it all and didn't release any of it to the public. And
including
that was
Don Trump's uncle.
Don Trump's uncle. That's right, man. So
who told him he would one day carry a suitcase.
That's right, man.
That could blow up New York. Or no, that was his other uncle.
So we kind of breezed over this a week ago, but according to some insiders, the U.S. used a powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees during the raid last week. And did you read anything about this or hear anything about it?
It's that sonic weapon.
Yeah, so they used, which we've seen. I think even China showed off their sonic weapons that they have, but we're talking direct energy weaponry. That's what we're talking about here, and we've been breezing on this when it comes to the 9/11 theories and all that jazz, but according to insiders that were in the compounds during the raid, and we're talking about the guards there who were oddly enough Cuban. A lot of Cuban guards were there. Yeah. Hundreds of Cubans died in the raid of Maduro.
Wow.
So the communists were protecting him because he probably has a lot of information about those voting systems that I was talking about a week ago.
Yeah.
But according to the
he
insider,
wasn't loved by his people.
No,
it's crazy
not at
that
all.
we have more people protesting for him than Venezuelans.
It's insane, man. It's totally nuts. But according to a guy who was on the ground during the raid, one of the guards there, he gave a really kind of spectacular eyewitness account of what occurred. And basically, when they took out the lights, and I think here, let's see here, I got some of his quote here. This is from the guy, one of the very few surviving guards on the ground. "We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without any explanation," the guard said. "The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react." All right. And then moments later, a handful of helicopters appeared, barely 8 by this fella's account. And of those helicopters, only 20 soldiers came out of the helicopters. And according to the guard, he says, They were technologically very advanced. They didn't look like anything we fought against before. What ensued, he said, was not a battle, but a slaughter. We were hundreds, but we had no chance, he said.
So sad.
They were shooting with such precision and speed, it felt like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. And this is the AI tech now. Have you seen these helmets that they rock?
The helmets where they can like see behind walls.
And it's just, and the gun is basically, I think, controlled by the AI, essentially. You're just physically holding it. This is Terminator at this point, people. I hope you realize
RoboCop.
RoboCop, man. And so according to this interview with this surviving soldier, then came the weapon that still haunts him. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from inside. The effects were immediate and horrific. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was. Now, the White House has yet to comment on what was going down at this, on the scene here, but apparently Caroline Leavitt shared the post of this guard's rendition of what occurred and told everybody in the world, you got to stop and read this. So, obviously that was cleared by Trump to do so. So an estimated 100 Venezuelan security forces were killed in that room. They're claiming now it was hundreds more, apparently. But according to this guard, he said, those 20 men without a single casualty killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear I've never seen anything like it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I think that's pretty
America.
Yeah, dude. USA, man.
You can't fuck with us, man.
And the dire warning this guard has left for all of Latin America and the rest of the world. I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They are not to be messed with.
Wow.
Yeah, man. All right. So
God bless America. That's
yeah.
What do you think we're spending? What do you think we're spending that money on, fool?
Trump, baby.
I mean, just look where we're standing in the world sphere compared to when Biden was president. We were just a laughingstock, pussies.
Yes,
Putin was
man.
taking over Ukraine.
Absolutely.
Now you got guys who are guarding presidents who are like, don't mess with these guys. That is amazing, man. 20 guys go in.
8 helicopters, 20 guys, apparently hundreds of drones. So this kind of gets me to what you were discussing earlier, which is, I think we publicly announced, we're going to spend $1.5 trillion. We're going to build all these super boats and more planes and more helicopters. But on the other side, on the black side of that budget, we got these sonic weapons, direct energy weapons, lasers. We got the Jewish space laser on the moon, right? Don't forget about that, right?
Don't forget the Jews. Never count them out.
Dude, I just think that we got spectacular technology and we finally got a little glimpse of actually what we can do, which explains why I think a lot of the countries don't mess with us on the regular these days.
That and other reasons. Most countries that would, we have a base in their country.
Yes.
So it's like,
and we're going to talk about it in the second hour, which is why we're going to set up base in Greenland. I hope everybody welcomes our 52nd state. The 51st, obviously Venezuela. We just got our 51st. Number 52 will be Greenland, which I look forward to. And it's all strategery. This is all about China and Russia and being the dominant player on the world stage. And I don't think it goes beyond that.
No, I think you might be right. I was just listening to this thing where they were talking about if we were to go to war today, if China and Russia team up, we're in trouble.
Absolutely.
That's why you got to cut off the oil. That's why they say that's why he's doing what he's doing.
For sure. Yeah. The oil, by the way, in Venezuela, it's kind of filthy. It's actually takes a lot to produce and
It's
clean
dirty
up and
oil.
process. It's dirty oil,
Remember
but
clean coal? It's not the
that's
clean
right.
coal. It's the dirty.
But the point wasn't so much us getting the oil and the gold and silver. The major point was cutting China off and having complete dominion over our side of our hemisphere of the world.
And it did. I didn't even think about it. They were part of that BRICS agreement.
That's right.
So it like sent a message to all the other people, like, look what we just did. Where's Russia? Where's China? Where's none of them are coming to back you, right? You can go ahead and join this little club.
Absolutely.
None of them are backing you up when we come steal your president.
Venezuela has a lot of the gold that was going to be the gold backing the BRICS dollar. And so this was a major blow.
Dude, I got it. Trump. Okay, there's two things you got to get rid of, my man. There's two things you got to get rid of. It's too much gold around you at all times. That's number one. But number two is Lindsey Graham.
Oh,
that video of him.
I got to find it, man.
On Air Force One. Where they're just like, I love it. Jon Stewart actually had one of the best rants. I don't know if you saw it.
I did not see it.
It was on the Daily Show. Because he's like, at least we're not doing what we did in Iraq. We're going in for oil. Then they cut to the Air Force One clip, and Donald Trump's like, no, we're doing this for the oil. And then Jon Stewart goes back to him. He's like, well, at least we can help the people while we're going after the oil. And then they cut to Trump where he's like, maybe we'll get to the people, but first we're here for the oil. We're going to protect the oil field. It was Jon Stewart at his best. You know, this is like when he's at his Iraq war, now this one. But the worst part is Lindsey Graham is just standing there like this fucking, like a schoolgirl with the Beatles. You know?
Yes, absolutely,
he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to get the minerals. I jerked off 13 times today. We're going to get so many minerals. Did you see that?
Dude, Lindsey Graham, I've never seen someone smiling bigger than after we invaded Venezuela and he was on that flight, dude. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Piece of shit, dude. What a piece of shit.
I'm trying to find it. I thought I had saved it, but
If we go to war, Lindsey Graham should have to go on the front line. You know, I don't know if they make uniforms in size fag small, but that's.
I fucking love the internet, man. You just type in Lindsey Graham Air Force One, and it's immediate. And it's not even. It's not even just the clip. It's got a slide. It sliced it so you could see his grimace, smiling face.
So evil.
This guy is
so evil.
My God,
young men are dying. Like those, all those Cubans. You know what I mean? Those soldiers.
Look at the smile on this dude's face, man. So this is a great interview. They're on Air Force One. This is immediately following our takeover of Maduro.
Take it from a guy who is a veteran. Don't join the military if you're a young man, unless you're doing it for like college or something. But don't do it for America because you're doing it for rich assholes like this. They're gonna put your life on the line for minerals, right? You're gonna get paid $1,800 a month while this guy gets millions of dollars on stocks from the companies that they give the contracts to. So
totally, man. No, you
don't waste your life for this fucking guy.
It's this piece of shit, Lindsey Graham, who's going to end up putting you in some foreign country where you don't understand the culture or the language, and you're going to lose your arm or your leg.
You're paralyzed, burn half your face.
And Lady G will be smiling on Air Force One while you're in pain.
He might come to the hospital and take a photo op with you. But that's about all you're gonna get, you know.
The best part about your entire life will be the time Kid Rock came to visit you guys, right before you get deployed.
We still talk about it. Greatest concert I've ever been to.
Here's Lady G. Look at this. Is how you know the neocons and the military-industrial complex never stops.
Never.
Doesn't matter who's president. Look at that guy just pop out of the door. The fucking sleaze, dude.
So gross, dude. It's so gross.
What a sleaze, man. Oh, he's so slimy, dude. That's the look. That's the face of a guy who just made millions of dollars for him and his cronies, man. Just because they went in for 3 minutes and killed 200 Venezuelans and another 100 Cubans and kidnapped Maduro, who I still think there's something about those Dominion voting machines going on with the Maduro raid, dude. I really do. Lady G,
but look at that guy. He's never met a foreign war he doesn't like. Ukraine, Palestine, Syria. There's never been one war Lindsey Graham is against. It's insane. I've never met somebody who couldn't fight to save his life. The guy could barely fight himself out of that Air Force One bathroom, and this guy fucking all for war, all for it.
The smile on this dude's face. What a creep, man.
I almost forgot about the minerals in Ukraine.
Well, dude, great call about that. Not a lot of crickets out of Ukraine these days, and Lady G not flying out to Kiev anymore, hanging out with Maduro, man.
Cruise or, Sean Penn, huh? Good call. Yeah.
Zelensky must be shaking in his sleeveless shirt there right now, I imagine.
I don't think Zelensky realized they had a backup mine. So you were mine A. If you didn't you stole too
mine?
much. I wouldn't have spent so much on cocaine. I would have bought missiles.
Dude, seriously though, the war with Ukraine is pretty much over at this point, and now we're in Venezuela, right?
I don't think there is. I just checked my Google map. It's just Russia.
There's
no Ukraine. There's no Ukraine anymore, dude.
And that little bay area that they have is now the Gulf of Russia, if I'm to understand how everything goes now. So, a lot of people saying that this is a little New World Order-esque, where U.S. is going to take over this hemisphere, and then China takes over a chunk, Russia another chunk, and then the EU takes the rest, and now we're going to do the digital currency and all that stuff. So,
everybody says that if you look at it from any angle, the economics, from like the military, everything, most of the big countries are gearing up for a war. Whether it's going to happen or what, everybody's getting ready for it.
I think this move in Venezuela delayed the Taiwan invasion by a year, maybe, or two, potentially, maybe even half a decade, as Rubio's been claiming that we set them back about 5 to 10 years. But we're going to have to also take Greenland. I hate to break it to everyone.
Don't forget, man, everybody forgets, Trump also bombed the nuclear capabilities of Iran. So
I know.
He might have saved us from World War III. But taking Iran out, now you took out Maduro. I mean, you're knocking chess pieces off the board.
Bro, right? We hate saying it, but I think that's what we're seeing. 4D checkers. I think that's what we're watching right now. This is 4D checkers, people. Because Trump, we know, not a chess guy. He's a checkers man, for sure. Because in checkers, king me, baby. That's what it's all about. You got to king me.
Exactly.
Oh, Mike, it's the fastest hour in the universe. There's no doubt about it. We're going to take a quick break. We got DJ Rodfather here jamming us out at the halftime. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, enjoying the good times, great oldies. We have so much more to talk about. We're going to do Greenland, and we're going to do, I don't even know what's on the docket here.
Did we talk about the white woman?
We did the white woman already. We're doing Greenland. We're going to talk Iran. We're going to throw some whoopee in there.
Gotta talk COVID.
RFK Jr. crushing the MAHA world, man, right now. I mean, we're living in a new era.
Even our mom said something?
I know. And then, of course, we have some damning, shocking COVID information out of South Korea.
I keep bothering people but say it, but like, what you cannot argue whether you agree or disagree with what he did. Trump's the most influential president of our lifetime.
They'll be talking what Trump did 100 years from now.
I'm not saying he did great. I'm not saying he did bad. I'm just saying he changed a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
You can't mention a song without me playing it. So
I love it. I already know what you're going to play here. Hell yeah, man. We'll be back after the short intermission. DJ Rodfather.
For the white ladies.
This is all for all you woke white women out there. Watch yourselves.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trail, but it must have used the wrong car. Hit us in a bad place, and I wonder what's good for. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. My head is in a bad place, but I have such a good time. I've been running, trying to get hung up in my mind. Just got to give myself a good talking to this time. Doesn't need a little brain salad surgery. I got to cue my insecurity. That I've been in the wrong place, but it must have been the right time. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong song. I've been in the right vein, but it seems like a wrong on. That I've been in the right world, but it seems like the wrong. Slipping, dodging, sneaking, peeping, hiding out down the street. See my life shaking with every who I meet. Refried confusion as I'm making itself clear. Wonder which way to go to get on out of here. Cause I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. And I done said the right thing, but I must have used the wrong line. I took the right road, but I must have took a wrong turn. I took a right move, but I made it at the wrong time. I went in the right trip, but I made it in the wrong call. Head is in a good place, and I wonder what that's for.
Oh yeah, that was a quickie. Caught Frank off guard. He's not ready, not ready. Production crew, we only gave you 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Frank, you coming back? Do I got to refresh to be fresh? Can anybody out there hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
Hey now.
Hello.
What happened?
The song's over.
No. Oh, I'm coming in the background.
Uh-oh. Hello.
Oh man.
I had to. I thought maybe I was frozen. Did a refresh to be fresh. Oh, you had to poop or something?
Don't! Oh, my cat got trapped in here. I was trying to get him out. Now I think he's locked in here with me, actually.
Now you can't leave.
Oh, man. That's so funny.
Right.
Wow. All right. So we're back. Wrong time, wrong spot.
Wrong
touching
place.
you, touching me.
You were in the wrong place at the wrong time, my man. All right. Good tune, though. A lot of
You know,
soul.
you are you're falling behind though. I think something's going on with your delay there, or physically. I'm seeing you. I think it's the apartment building you're in with the whole shared internet situation. That's the problem we have these days. But all right, he's back. Maybe.
Recording. Still recording?
Yeah.
Am I up to date?
You're like gone from the screen.
What?
Holy cow, man. We are having major technical issues on today's show. I knew this would happen because I woke up today unusually a little bit hungover. I'm never typically hungover. I don't drink a lot usually, but I put them down last night. I was having
40.
a good time. I know. It's a bad move, no doubt. But Yesterday, I was just in a celebratory mood. I was having a lot of fun. I was pounding some IPAs. And of course, we knew it would happen. The Bears, man. Yeah. The Bears.
I do love the cheese grater hat. Fucking hilarious.
Pretty hilarious stuff, man. When
but
did that
dude-
become a is that new? When did they
Yeah.
start
You didn't
rocking
hear that
those, man?
story?
I did not. No.
This guy was making cheese hats, but then Green Bay like shut him down because he wasn't like a licensed whatever. So then he came up with the cheese grater hat and just started selling to the other side.
Wow, that's hilarious,
Yeah.
man. Awesome. Yeah, everyone was rocking the cheese graters. I saw who was it? The guy who Caleb Williams, he was rocking the cheese grater hat after their post-game celebration.
How
Bears
rigged was that game?
You're psycho, bro. Absolutely, man.
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, Mike, I cut you off again, dude. We're having the worst quality show here. I can't believe it, man. Every single time now. I'm not even touching anything. It's just cutting Mike off left and right. This is craziness. And he's a black screen. There is no Mike anymore. We're just going to go solo. We're rolling solo cholo on this show here, it seems like. But yeah, the Bears, this is why I'm a little slow and offbeat today, because the Bears, they beat the Packers in one of the more improbable victories I've seen in some time. There he is. He's back. Yeah, man. Constantly getting cut off. Are you recording still? I don't even know if that's happening anymore. Probably not, right? Oh, he's gone again. Wow, man. I've never seen this much technical difficulty in one show. It's because I said the stuff about CIA and Erika Kirk. I crossed a line. The 3-letter agencies, they now are cutting us off. They're breaking us up. They don't want Mike to be able to reach out to the world. I think that's what it is. Wow, man. Even again. Wow. I'm going to stop sharing there. Let's see if we can bring Mike back into the fold. I think he's trying. He's probably signing in, signing out, refreshing to be fresh. We always learn our best sayings from Subway. And let's see here. I think he might be trying to get back on. Potentially not, though. This could be it. This happened last week, I think. You know what? His bathtub might be flooding again, now that I think about it. That must be what's going on. Maybe he's flooded out right now. The water's breached the lid, and that's it. The technology's been washed. Is he there? Can you hear me? Yeah. You can't hear me? That's it. I don't even know how this is possible, man. This is crazy. Let's get him off here. I'm going to take him off there, bring him back on. He's looking into something there. But in the meantime, what I can show while we wait for Mike to maybe he can refresh like a log out, log in. I don't know really what's going on here. Again, I brought up CIA, Erika Kirk may have tapped into a raw nerve there. You know, it seems pretty obvious she works with the CIA. And then on top of it, we made a couple jokes about the Jews. We're not outright accusing the Jews of anything here. I've never been on that kind of in that territory or on that plane. That's more of a Fuentes thing, right? You got to blame the Jews for everything. No, I always blame the CIA. You blame the CIA for everything. They are obviously watching us at all times. We got 1 million cameras. They can do all sorts of weird stuff with their technology. So you start actually properly blaming the right people for things that have happened in our lives, and they mess with your technology. I think that's what goes on there, especially with Mike. He lives in an apartment building there in Indiana, so they could probably do one of their direct energy microwave weapon beams and zap out the entire apartment building, right? Possibly. And or I think this happened last week while we were going live. There was some football playoffs or a football game of sort was going on. And when you share the internet and all that jazz in an apartment building, maybe the internet gets a little spotty and messes with the connectivity there. But here we are, and I'm hungover. Not actually, because I fell asleep during the game. Let's just be honest about what happened yesterday. Bears beat the Packers, and a lot of people these days kind of sounding the alarm on the fact that the NFL seems to be a little bit rigged. Not just the NFL, NBA for sure, but most sports in general have the appearance of being rigged on some level. And that's kind of where we're at with the Bears game. And I'm also getting attacked here by this little guy. We got Newman here. Yeah, we got a little orange guy here, Mr. Newman. And the Bears were down 6-21 in the opening part of the game. And as the game progressed, you'll get to see here their percentages slowly improving. Let's see if we can get this guy back on. And there he is. Are you touching me? Am I touching you?
Hello.
Still. Yeah, there he is. All right, man.
If I could get this recording, it's a miracle. I don't think I'm gonna be able to use my recording.
Really? Why? What happened there? Is it even recording anymore?
Let me see. Here we go. Are we recording? We are recording. All right, we're back to recording. So a couple breaks, but what's up?
Probably need to do an update of sorts.
I think that's what happened because I restarted it, and that's what took so long.
All right, but we're kind of back now. That's good.
Wait, you got your co-host? I got mine right there.
I told you, he snuck in. That's why I was delayed. I was trying to chase him.
Getting, man. Oh, he's getting so big. Oh, feisty motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Dude,
yeah,
the other
day, I have this huge cut on my thumb. Let me try to get him out of here. Come on, dude.
Yeah, damn. I don't know what he already said, but I'm going to say it. This game was fucking rigged. 8% chance of winning. 8% chance of winning. Get the fuck out of here.
I got a cut on my thumb because Newman decided to do his best version of Cliffhanger starring Sly Stallone, and he just like hung from my thumb with one of his claws.
Shirtless and
just hanging, yeah. And it's like right on where you use your thumb for everything, so it just keeps reopening and bleeding on stuff when I'm touching things. So
you got to get that liquid skin, man.
That's right, man. Yeah, I've heard all about that. So
Game
we're
changer.
back. Nice little troubleshooting there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Production crew coming through. So we're going through a rough patch here, production wise, because we're both clearly hungover. We were up late last night watching the Bears game.
The most rigged game I've ever seen.
The Bears were down to a 5% chance of winning.
Score. They were getting to the end zone or the red zone and then kicking a field goal.
So as the game progressed, though, watch that percentage rise.
Like, I don't want to be a fly on the wall in either locker room during halftime. I want to be in the officials' room.
Yes.
I want to know what the officials talked about. They came back that second half. They just started throwing flags, man. It was crazy. Did you see that?
I did, man. Yeah, and
do you know what tipped me off to like this is a rigged game? I'm gonna tell you right now. Right? This is when I was like, "That's it. They're gonna win. It's rigged." That's when I sent you the text message.
Yes.
Was the announcer literally goes, and Love just got his second intentional grounding, not only of the day, second intentional grounding in the third period. He's only had one his entire career.
Wow. What?
Excuse me?
You didn't hear that?
Wait, what?
You didn't hear that?
No, I don't remember. No, I was like literally falling asleep because I had a bunch of IPAs and, you know, I was smoking weed
I came back in the second half and within 10 minutes, he got his second intentional grounding. And the announcer was like, he's only had one his entire career leading up to this game. You're up by 18 points and they throw you 2 flags. You get 2 of them in 10 minutes. And then it was just holding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the game is rigged in order to make the game more interesting and engaging for fans. I think the NFL heard that one of the biggest complaints about football was it's basically commercials and replays at this point. We're
Yeah.
not watching any actual action, and then it's a blowout at the end. So here we are now, and not only was this game close in the end, but also the other game, the other playoff game, ended up being a similar score. Came down to a Hail Mary at the end. Bears win 100%. If you bet on the Bears winning in the first quarter when they were down to 5% chance, you made out, my friend.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And that's what it's all about. Too many people bet that the Packers would win.
Exactly.
Everybody knew the Packers were going to win.
Absolutely,
They should have
man.
won that game. They
For
couldn't get out of the
sure.
fucking red zone.
Realistically, if the rig wasn't in, it would have been like 34-6. That would have been the final score,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
In a normal world where sports just get to play out naturally, that's probably the outcome you would have seen. Instead, they swing it from the third quarter to the fourth quarter. They were at like a single-digit percentage chance of
Insane.
winning in the third quarter, and they
Insane.
swung it to 100% in like 15 minutes. I mean,
Dude, and it wasn't even like literally the Packers just stopped trying. They
right.
came out of that they just stopped trying.
Absolutely. And actually, that
great.
final play, which I found to be interesting, is you can almost see the rig that is occurring, the rigging, which is, let's see here, as the play is unfolding, I want you to watch number 98 right there. Number 98. He's going after him. Look, he has a clear shot at him right here. What does he do? Nothing. He doesn't even hit him. He literally purposely doesn't hit him.
Dude,
Dude,
I guess he could have been thrown off balance.
Urlacher would have smashed Brett Favre right there, dude. Are you kidding me? Look, he just stands. There it
Yeah.
goes. I think this game is rigged top to bottom. I think the players are
100%.
bought in. I'm assuming you sign NDAs and all this stuff when you
And again,
join the
I don't
league.
think it's every play or anything. I think that they're just like, this is what we need.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need the Bears to win.
It's a
whatever it
scripted
takes.
environment.
Yeah.
Same with NBA. You're watching WWE. Everyone's in on the organization. The goal for the organization, let's make as much money as possible through the advertisers, and we're selling the beer and we're selling the food, and we got to keep the game interesting. We got to keep the audiences engaged. We need them there in the fourth quarter to watch our commercials and sell our products. And this is all just an entertainment money-based league. That's all it is, man. So there you go. What would have probably been a blowout 10 years ago was a very close game for absolutely no reason. And then the Bears win because everybody probably bet on the Packers to win. So
guarantee it.
Vegas has to win their money back, man. The
guarantee it,
house
yeah.
always wins. And that's how it goes when it comes to gambling in the real world. So
Terrible.
yeah, man. Terrible. But hey, look forward to next week. That's all people will talk about. I love when the Bears are in anything because my phone blows up with text messages from my friends around the country and all the various people I've known in my life who have watched me as a Chicago guy suffer through endless defeats and losses. A lifetime of losing. So, even a casual observer will end up cheering for the Bears or the Cubs or whatever because they're just loser teams. And, Chicago, not an easy place to live or grow up or even be in these days. So when you are a Chicagoan, what else do you have? All you got is the Bears and the Sox and the Cubs and the Blackhawks and the Bulls. So
I don't think they'll win it though. I think they're gonna lose, move to the new stadium.
I
and
agree.
Then they'll win one.
They will win in the new stadium, man. That's
Yeah.
how it works. Absolutely. It was kind of a sad weekend though. We can obviously celebrate the victory for the Bears, but if you're a hippie like myself or former, what a sad, sad weekend. Bob Weir, Grateful Dead co-founder and guitarist, dead at 78. He has joined Jerry up in the clouds there, and they are jamming away, I hope, saying hello to the rest of us from up above. I'm happy to say that I saw the newest rendition of the Dead at their farewell tour. It was their third farewell tour that I went to, actually, which is hilarious when it comes to jam bands and Dead, the Grateful Dead. They do a farewell every 10 years or so. I saw their the Dead farewell in 2001, and then I saw the Further farewell in 2016.
That was the millennium.
And then I saw the Dead and Company with John Mayer farewell at Folsom Field in Boulder, Colorado last summer with some of my old friends from high school. So a perfect fare thee well from my perspective to the Grateful Dead. One of the greatest American rock bands in the history of American rock music.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Not the best, but one of the greatest, one of the most influential. You can't deny that.
So I was watching one of Bobby Lee's podcasts, all right?
Yeah, man.
And apparently, and this other guy, one of his co-hosts, brought up an argument that they had been having, outside the podcast. Whether or not Linkin Park is better than the Beatles. Have you seen this argument?
No! What, dude? Wow.
If you look it up, who has the most listened to song? Linkin Park on Spotify, I forgot what it was, had like 3 billion listens on their one song.
Wow.
Whereas the Beatles' top song is 1.5.
Wow.
And apparently Linkin Park sold more albums than the Beatles.
To be fair, that one Linkin Park song played in every single gym across the country for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
For the last 30 years, it's that one Linkin Park song. Everyone's just pumping iron to Linkin Park.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Yeah,
They nailed
it. The Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
Yes,
It only existed in gyms.
If you created gym music, you nailed it because your music is on repeat in every workout room in America for the last several decades. So I think that's why, you go into a gym and you click on the Spotify, you're doing Linkin Park radio. You're not doing Beatles radio. No, you're doing Linkin Park radio, man.
I can't work out to this.
You can't work out to Love Me Do. That's impossible, man. So yeah,
right. Good call.
that makes a lot of sense.
But
I
yeah,
could see
apparently
that.
their numbers are better than the Beatles. So Linkin
Wow.
Park. And you've heard me say before, most overrated band.
That's amazing.
The
I
Beatles.
I think you might be onto something with that, especially as we get further and further down the way. I was at the Snake's house the other night, hung out with Snake and Pete, and we were celebrating another one, Drifting into the Wind. Jake Roach has joined the Over the Hill gang. He is now with
Jake
me.
Roach is 40 years old.
Yeah, we are 40, man. Yeah, so got together with the Roach boys, and we had an evening of drinking bourbon and cold beers and smoking doobies and watching music. And we were putting on music videos from the 90s. We got into a little groove there, and Pete put on some Korn.
Wow.
And I hadn't watched a Korn video in a long time, but we were kind of ruminating on the idea that you could even just hear the first few seconds of a song from that era and already know the music video in your head. You can picture
it. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yes, dude. So we were kind of going through that, and it was a lot of fun. And Korn was one of them. I think we did some Linkin Park, and we were kind of talking about how some of this stuff, like Korn and Linkin Park and Creed, and even who are the guys that are beloved by the military? The soft hard rockers. I can't think of their name right. Nickelback.
Nickelback. Yeah, guys in the military love Nickelback.
Love Nickelback.
Yeah,
I know,
crazy.
but what's crazy is back then when that music was coming out, it wasn't the hippest of the music coming out. It was kind of on a different level there. But now, for some reason, and I think it has to do with the fact that music is just such trash now that we look back fondly at Nickelback and Creed and Korn, and we're like, you almost with fresh ears, you're listening to Korn now, and you're like, this is so good. Like, this is amazing.
You got to think because it was coming out, but Aerosmith was still coming out with songs,
exactly,
right?
Yes,
so you're like, oh, this
sure.
is okay. But
Yes,
then you're like
man.
a couple wet ass pussy songs, and you're like, did you hear this Nickelback song? I like it. It's all relevant. I like what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I like
Yeah,
where you're going.
music is such garbage now that we're looking back, we're like, man, Creed, underrated, bro.
I can't believe I thought this was gay when I was a kid. Yeah, good call. Good
Have you
call.
got so the 90s, I think, the music that we weren't that big on, but we still enjoyed or listened to, now having a resurgence and being considered a lot better than it was at the time, because now we have all
90s.
these years of, rock music is dead. I saw a clip of Billy Corgan doing an interview out there talking about how rock and roll has been essentially non-existent for the last 25 years. And how the genre itself has been faded away. And
Well, there's been guys out there.
well, according to Billy Corgan, he says that there are forces in the world that have made this happen, and that the reason we are the sheep-like culture that we are these days is because the government is controlling, or forces that be are controlling our culture and our music scene, and you no longer have garage bands naturally formed, writing their own music, rising to the top, touring and becoming
like
popular.
Sending a demo to a station, radio station.
And something they wrote, not something, a team of writers and producers and Illuminati put together so you can brainwash the youth, right? Like there was an era of rock music essentially was the last era of here's an actual song written by an actual dude. And, yes, I do believe the CIA and nefarious evil forces maybe got together and they're like, okay, Led Zeppelin, now when you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, it says, I am the devil and I control your world, right? So, okay, fine. I do think that happened on some level, but, there was still genuine music being made in the 90s via rock, because rock and roll, in order to be real rock and roll, you got to have a real human being playing the guitar and the
I don't
bass
think so. I
and
think
the
rock
drums.
took the turn, and then that's why you came out with like grunge and alternative, because they were like, the anti-establishment rock and roll.
Yeah, there is this. Have you ever seen the movie Josie and the Pussycats? Josie and the Pussycats is about corporatized America turning music into psyops, into MK Ultra, essentially, and brainwashing the youth. And so I do believe rock got co-opted by the corporations and by the Illuminati or the secret whatever that's going on out there. And they started basically controlling what gets produced. And in the late 90s, I think you can kind of see the change music-wise. Whereas in the early 90s, you had Nirvana, and then they're like, look, Kirk, we're going to use your songs to manipulate the youth. And he probably didn't go along with it, so they shot him in the face with a shotgun. And then they
blamed his druggy wife.
Dude, and then they turned with that shotgun to the drummer in Nirvana, and they're like, either you're next or you could be the Foo Fighters. Right? And, and then he's like, I'll be the Foo Fighters, and I'll
the sound of that.
Yeah, I'll manipulate the youth in any way you want.
I'm learning to fly right now, buddy. Get out of here.
Yeah, man. So
good call. What was that movie with Brendan Fraser?
Encino Man?
No. Good movie. He's been in a lot of great movies. No, where they're the rock band and they take over the music station.
Oh, yeah, man.
Demo. Is it Airheads?
I think it is Airheads. Yeah, Steve Buscemi is in that one. Yes,
movie.
dude.
Adam Sandler.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Airheads is awesome, man. So I don't know. I think that element exists. And, now we're in the age where Billy Corgan's out there clearly not making enough money from his tours. So he's like, actually, rock has been controlled by the government for years.
Go back to Swan, faggot. Nobody cares. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, man.
Band? Get out of here.
I love the Pumpkins. I like Billy Corgan.
I'd go see them if I could afford it.
I would absolutely love to see the Smashing Pumpkins. I think I'm going to put off seeing anything with Dave Matthews. Did you see his little video he put out this week in response to the ICE shooting that happened?
Oh, no. Come on, not Dave.
Dude, it was all over the internet.
Just crash into me and forget
I
about
know,
politics.
bro, dude.
Come on.
Just get out there and trip some billies, my man. I don't want to, listen to this, but...
All right. Everybody's got to have an opinion now.
Yeah, I'm not even going to play his opinion about the shooting, but I like how he starts things off here. It's just the first, 10 seconds. But here's... And I understand well, I was going to say... When did Dave Matthews turn into John Cusack? That's the question of the year right now. Is he John Cusack?
Than John.
Is this John Cusack or Joan Cusack playing Dave Matthews? Maybe that's what we're seeing here. Yeah, right. Here's Dave giving us a little lowdown on what he thinks about taxes.
I don't want my taxes to pay for ICE, to masked thugs to roam our streets and terrorize our communities and rip families apart. We should be taking care of each other. We should be minding each other. We should be housing.
I don't want my taxes to be going to ICE, masked thugs running around the city. I want my taxes to go to USAID so it could be funneled through George Soros organizations. So we have Antifa, masked individuals, parading around the city.
Rampaging the streets, tearing down buildings,
because
throwing bricks through windows.
They don't have guns. They just got stacks of bricks that get delivered on the corner. You see the difference here?
Dave Matthews, dude, you don't want your taxes going towards law enforcement, so then you want your taxes going towards free healthcare for illegal migrants, I presume. That's where you want the taxes going, right? Not for enforcing laws, no,
Frank,
for paying for illegal people.
I just have a feeling, and I feel like it was wrong that this lady got shot. And I'd rather spend that money on illegals. Yeah. Is that so bad?
Dude, literally on the feeling, and I lost our little guy there. I forgot to open up the buttons here. But yes, man, this is one of my favorite things about Democrats these days, which is they're into taxes, they're into it, and they're into us paying for stuff, just not for law enforcement or keeping the laws and rules and regulations of the United States of America. No, breaking those laws and regulations to bring in illegal people in order to.
Did you hear this gem out of Chicago?
Enlighten me, man.
Civilian police or whatever. Bro.
No, I've not heard.
Bro, during Lori Lightfoot, I think it was during Lori Lightfoot, they started this program where they essentially pay gang members to police the neighborhood. It's supposed to be like the civilian interference, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, so instead of, we don't have money for more cops, but we have $4.8 million to give out to these gang members so they could police the street.
We did that here. We made Tren de la Agua our landlords in Aurora.
I think we learned it from your guy. You know what I mean? They all got together at that anti-Trump rally, exchanged ideas. You're going to have bike lanes real soon. I think it's going to be great. Dude, I got to take a video of this road. There's this road on the south side where it used to be beautiful. You had 2 lanes and a parking lane.
Yeah.
Now it's 1 lane, kind of, but it's like kind of 1.5 because they installed these bike lanes, but they didn't do the whole road.
Nice.
So they just like chopped up the road in these spots, poured this half-ass concrete, and they never redid the lines. So nobody knows if it's 2 lanes, 1 lane. Nobody even knows what this bike lane is. It's so insane. There's just random, like, it's crazy. And it's so bumpy. It gets down to the bike lanes, just fix the fucking road.
Oh, dude, the bike lane experience, they'll be studying this in history books for generations.
Oh, yeah.
On the insanity of reducing efficiency in commerce by installing bike lanes nobody uses. It's amazing that this is where
a place where it's too cold 6 months out of the year. Nobody's riding their bike. Dude, you can't even stand out there. It's like needles in your face.
I'm telling you, man, I work in South Denver in strictly industrial areas, and we have bike lanes on the industrial roads, man. Dude, every time, the only cyclists I see on the industrial South Denver bike lanes are homeless dudes hauling all their goods in their makeshift
There's always the one
trailers.
like old fag with the glasses. There's always one.
Yeah, there is.
I would be for the bike lanes if we used them as a trap where I could shoot the guy on the bike lane.
Yes.
If this was like a way to weed out the bikers, I'd be all for it.
I've been saying it from day one. If there's one thing Trump needs to liberate, it's liberal cities from bike lanes. We need to be liberated from our bike lanes, man.
Although in these black neighborhoods, you got these guys on their fucking electric bikes. They're flying down the bike lanes and then not even stopping at the red lights. It's hilarious.
Here
express
in
lane for them.
in Denver, they are using the bike lanes and the bike pathways, and they're driving 45 miles an hour on these electric bikes. I mean, it's actually
Oh, no, they're
legitimately
flying.
dangerous if
Yeah,
you're
it's
actually
more
exercising out
dangerous
there.
than it was
Yes,
when you had the cars.
absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, the bike lane thing, that is a phenomenon that I hope gets eradicated during this MAGA movement that we're in the middle of.
Like if I was one of those guys who like got cryogenically frozen, I would just wake up every 100 years and check to see if the bike lanes are still there. Hey, look out the window. Put me back. Let me. I'm gonna wait till these things are gone. Then I know society has corrected itself.
Oh man, well, at least Trump is getting something right, which is he brought on RFK Jr. and
killing it.
If we can't fix the roads and we can't fix several other things infrastructurally, well, at least we're fixing the people and our health system and how we're living every single day. And I can't believe we're now in this moment where apparently it took years for us to realize, that food pyramid might be upside down.
Something is off about that pyramid.
So RFK Jr. this week announced the flipping of.
To be fair to the people who wrote the original pyramid, when they suggested all those grains weren't being sprayed with glyphosate right before harvest.
Yes.
So,
great call, dude.
You know what I mean? That's why a lot of the bloating and problems we get from that now.
Absolutely, man. And let's see, I'm trying to get the I don't think I have a clip now that I thought I had it, but I wanted to see the picture at the very least.
It's so funny because it's just like everything you knew to be true is true. Obviously.
Why did it take us decades to think,
oh, no.
It might be backwards? No, you're good. Are you there?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the noise.
The click. No, we're still at it, man. They already screwed us over earlier in the show, so we're still good.
No, dude, it's just so obvious. Eat the whole foods.
Yeah. It's very
Eat
insanely
the whole foods, work your way down to the processed.
This is great stuff, man. So they flipped they flipped the food pyramid so that way you eat healthy fats and proteins, and you
fruits
avoid
and vegetables.
Avoid the grains and everything. And man, each movement forward with the MAHA group, I feel like the mainstream media is struggling to battle against it. Like they don't really.
It's the
have
one thing
any...
you can't fight.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
He's still letting you get your vaccines. He's just saying we're not recommending it, but if you want it for political reasons, give it to your kids.
Absolutely, man.
He hasn't really done that. He hasn't been the villain they said he was going to be. All I can think is imagine if he was allowed to run for president.
Dude, you're psycho. That's literally what I was just thinking is, people, this guy was going to be your president on your side. He was your choice other than Kamala Harris or the brain dead zombie of Joe Biden.
No, they took him out of the race for Kamala Harris. Think about that.
It's really insane, right?
Yeah.
So the food pyramid is flipped. This is awesome stuff. I think we're finally on a right path as far as eating, man. We finally can tell people, no, just get off the processed stuff, get off the grains and the bread. Like, this is all backwards. You should be eating meat and vegetables. It's very simple, man. This is how we used to live as a society. I feel like that got overshadowed a little bit, though, because everybody seemed to be really hyper-focused on one of the biggest announcements, I think, in our lifetime from a health perspective. And it's the vaccine schedule that has been updated now by the CDC. They have removed 6 of the vaccines that many people have claimed are responsible for the neurodegenerative issues we've been seeing throughout our kids and, the autism and all that stuff.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy that for 30 plus years, without question, we were jacking children, newborns up with this stuff. And now there's outrage because RFK is saying, look, we're not going to force it on you. We want you to talk about it with your doctor. You, the parents, talk about it with your doctor, and you guys figure out what's best for your newborn child. And Is that insane? Shouldn't have always been this way? Why were we forced?
What happened to my body, my choice?
Exactly,
You know
man.
what I mean? Yeah, let you figure it out with your doctor. The government, it never works out good for the people when the government gets involved in medical decisions.
Absolutely, man. We're living a MAHA world now, Mike, and that includes kids with, believe it or not, less autism. I think this is a good start.
In the meantime, to the other news tonight, the sweeping change from Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the CDC tonight, eliminating 6 vaccinations from the list of long-standing recommendations for children. Here's Rhiannon Alley now.
Tonight, an unprecedented change in vaccine recommendations.
Also, Dave Muir, aging, my man.
I didn't wanna
Holy
say
cow,
nothing, man.
dude.
Looking old. You
The
clearly
animal.
took that vaccine, buddy. See it in
From
your
Secretary
face.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s Federal Health Agency, the CDC announcing it's further reducing the number of vaccines it previously recommended for children, effective immediately from 17 to 11. That means the CDC will no longer recommend that every child gets shots for rotavirus, hepatitis A and B, meningitis, RSV, and the flu. The CDC now advising the rotavirus and flu vaccines should only be given to a child if a doctor recommends it. The changes were made without an independent review. Secretary Kennedy, who has long sought to reduce the number of vaccines children get, writing, "This decision protects children, respects families, and rebuilds trust in public health."
Yeah, but the problem is, how does this play into what gender they choose to be, right? I think that's we're missing all of that valid, important information here.
And maybe I would trust you if it wasn't a Nazi doing it. That's the problem, Frank. Is Nazis are doing it. Did you
Yeah,
see?
man.
Dude, they totally swept it under the rug. I read it in, I forgot what magazine. It was like some obscure magazine. He won his lawsuit against Fauci.
Really? Holy cow.
As far as the autism and vaccines. Like,
Really?
they just like conceded. The government,
That
the old like NHS or whatever it was, whoever he was. I don't even know how these lawsuits work. But
Yeah, who are they suing at this point, right?
they were saying that the lawyers just dropped. They just they admitted fault or whatever. The case is just over. The lawsuit was there's like a lot of like countersuits because they sued him for defamation or something.
I'm sure, man.
RFK was saying you guys never tested any of these vaccines, vaccinated against unvaccinated, to determine if it caused autism.
Right.
And Fauci and all the guys were saying, what do you mean? That's of course we did. Look, all the tests came back. Look at all these studies. And in every single study, the test was, this is a group of kids who took 3 vaccines. This is a group of kids who took 2 vaccines. And look, they had autism at the same rate.
Yes.
Yeah, but what about the kid with no vaccine? And they never had a control group. They never had a control group of no vaccine. So we don't know.
And
so all of this, like, there's been scientific data. It's been proven. It's never been proven. All you people repeating that fact, it's just a lie.
The vaccine program for kids, which they force on all kids, makes a lot of sense in regards to eliminating a control group, which is why they wanted to mandate the COVID vaccine for everybody. They wanted to eliminate the control group. They don't want you to be able to compare those who took the shots versus those who didn't, because then you would see the shocking information, which is those who didn't take your poison shots are probably doing a lot better from a health perspective.
100%.
And I mean, here
100%.
we are now, Mike. We're, entering our 40s, us millennials, us Gen Y millennials, those born in the 80s versus the millennials born after 1989 who were jacked up with the extra 17 shots or whatever, and
think about how bald I'd be then.
You'd be tucking your dick in your ass at this point, my man. That's how that works. Come on.
Big enough.
They increase this vaccine schedule, and then those are the generations of kids who have rampant autism. They're all gay or tranny, and they all have all these mental health issues and anxiety. We never heard of anxiety when we were growing up as kids. Nobody in our kids. It wasn't a thing, man. No,
everybody was doing the antidepressants when we were kids. They were really big on the antidepressants.
When I was in school, we had one gay dude and one retard. That is how it always rolled. And man.
You couldn't get a
You don't remember all them?
The Ritalin kids were just zombified and like couldn't like express emotion. I recall was the whole thing.
Yeah, now they're CEOs and they're the politicians.
They were the ones pushing the vaccine mandates 4 years ago, right?
You will be like us.
The NPCs, man. Well, this is great news. I look forward to these healthier generations who don't have the neurodegenerative issues taking care of the rest of us who have all these issues, right? So
Oh,
this
I
is a
can't
good
wait.
good
Yeah.
future to look forward
Especially
to.
the COVID vax, dude. That article you sent me got crazier and crazier as you read it.
Absolutely. So a lot of shocking information has come out in regards to the COVID-19 vaccine. It's not looking good for anyone who took it. I hate to break it to you. We've been saying it since day one that the COVID vaccine, the mandates behind it, will end up being the worst I told you so in the history of I told you so's. Data out of Canada was released this week. They are admitting in Canada that there is absolutely DNA contamination in the mRNA vaccines.
It's crazy
Not
when you read it.
It really is. The DNA contamination includes the simian virus 40, SV40, which we talked about
What I don't
many
get
months
though
ago.
is okay. This is like the Canadian CDC, right? This is like what they're coming up. It's like
Yes.
you guys just found about this. It's January 2026. How come the dumb plumber was talking about it 3 years ago with his dumb brother? You know what I mean? On their dumb podcast 3 years ago. You know what I mean? You
Absolutely,
guys are
man.
supposed to be the experts, and you didn't know the simian virus was in there. We knew it was in there. How did we know and you didn't?
Well, we happen to do things that a lot of people don't do anymore, which is we read books. And there happens to be a book out there that talks about a lot of this stuff called The Real Anthony Fauci.
I think they were just lying. I think
They
you
were
guys, and you're
absolutely
still lying because you didn't just find out. You knew this was in there. You
Yeah.
people just made a lot of money.
Absolutely, man. Out of Canada, a quote-unquote admission of epic proportions. Health Canada has confirmed DNA plasmid contamination of the vaccines.
Oof.
Folks, this is why they wanted to withhold the data for 75 years, because when it finally came out 75 years from now, you'd be dead.
Oh, I
You would be
know.
dead.
Dude.
And so you wouldn't know about it.
There's a couple tidbits in here that I just want to read. It's a long article.
It is.
There's two things that really stuck out to me. One, they're saying that the DNA is mixing with your DNA if you took the shot. And
That's right.
That's what's causing cancer growths.
Yes.
And also, because it's in your DNA, there's a possibility you could pass it on to your children.
Yeah, man.
Insane.
Which
And
they
then-
were speculating on back when they were first injecting mothers with this
You know who
stuff.
I first heard talk about that? Alex Jones.
Yes.
The nut job.
Absolutely.
Then the second thing that really stuck out is the biggest problem with it, the whole thing, the contamination, everything is all around this simian virus 40.
Yes.
And how did it get in there? How did it make it through like testing and everything? During the trials, the vaccine they gave to those people didn't have it in there.
That's
And
right.
then when they released it to the public, they put it in.
Yeah. So you do the trials and you don't put
Yeah.
your poison that you intend to use for your eugenics program to depopulate the world, right?
You do that after the trials. Crazy.
Simian virus 40, SV40, we discussed not too long ago. They use it in experimentation to create rapid tumor growth in mice in order to test the effects of cancer treatments. And according to this article,
That's the scariest part. Yeah, integrates into the human genome forever.
Forever. Forever.
Dude, Sandlot is such a great movie. What a great movie.
all jokes aside, though, this is some scary shit, man. They knew exactly what they were putting in. The point being is, and you nailed it, which is they did the test run without the SV40, and then before they forced this injection on all of the world population, they put it in because they knew if you tested for this SV40, they wouldn't clear the shot for public consumption.
It's literally out of a movie.
Yes.
They're like, hey, we got the clear to go. And then Borla walks in, like, hold on 1 minute. takes like a vial out of his pocket that's got like the skull and crossbones on it, and, like pours it in the mix. It's like, no, we're okay. You know what I mean? It's literally a fucking movie at this point.
Yeah, man. And you know what? This all goes back to back in those days when they're rolling this stuff out, when people like us, the anti-vaxxers, the
kooks,
the crazy ones, we were begging our families and people we love in our lives to just wait on taking this vaccine because we don't know what's in it. And the elites of our world seem really giddy to make you take it, right? And they were so hell-bent on making you take this shot that fat-ass piece of shit Bill de Blasio went out there and stuffed his disgusting face with that cheeseburger trying to
bribe
convince
you
you.
with the cheeseburger.
I know, like, still to this day, Bill de Blasio, go fuck yourself, you piece of shit, dude. Every governor who forced their citizens to get this shot, man, you all belong in prison.
Yes.
You deserve to rot in jail.
I
for
think
what
they
you
get
did.
worse than prison. I think it was Adam Carolla that said it, where he's like, they're garbage because where are they now? Like,
yes,
Bill de Blasio, you were the mayor of the largest city in America, and then you just disappeared off the face of the earth. Nobody had a job for you. Like, you didn't have any other political aspirations. Like, you're just done. I think you were just sucked. Lori Lightfoot, you sucked at being mayor of Chicago.
Cronies of the World Economic Forum and people who welcomed in the destroyers that are the New World Order. The simian virus 40 is just pure evil, man.
Pure
they
evil.
knew exactly what this thing would do to people. It is specifically used for gene therapy. That's why I have since day one called the COVID quote unquote vaccine a gene therapy, because that's what it has been since the beginning. It is a gene therapy, and the SV40 is an enhancer to drive gene transcription. And it is being warned that the presence of DNA plasmids in the vaccine means that it absolutely integrated with the human genome in anyone who took this gene therapy. They didn't hide from it, man.
No, they're even saying it's why it caused turbo cancers.
Yes, absolutely.
So Canada's admitting it.
But Mike, we're just a couple of dudes. We're talking about stuff that's a little bit above our general knowledge and pay grade. So maybe we can hear about some of this from a guy who is an actual epidemiologist and someone who works at the McCullough Foundation.
This guy's got the 5 head going. Damn, dude. That's fucking shave it off, dude.
That's how you know he's smart. Yeah, man. Looking good.
Yeah, you ever heard of turkey, my friend?
We've had this guy on recently. He's very intelligent. He's a little bland, a little dry, and a little monotoned, but he gets a lot of good points across, and he's actually out there every single day releasing videos and information. Nicholas Holscher, I highly recommend you follow him on the X, formerly known as Twitter, and he has a little clip here that we're going to play where he dissects some information that is shockingly, Mike, not getting a lot of play on the legacy media. I don't know if you saw this on CNN or ABC News.
Now.
Yeah. Oh, PMS Now? Yeah. What a joke, PMS Now. Get out of here. Sometimes you're too fucked to rebrand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went too far.
A little more than a refresh. How about CBS?
So apparently we have
a CBS announcement.
Oh, did you watch that guy?
Where that guy comes out, he's literally like, I understand. Maybe you don't trust us as much as you used to because of Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Ukraine, and COVID. Dude, he listed like 15 years worth of
Steele dossier, like
Russia case. Dude, you guys lied for. I forgot about half the shit you lied about.
Yellow cake uranium, anyone?
You've been lying to me my whole life, motherfucker. But Frank, now. I don't know if we got this Jew running us now. We're gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, I watched that guy. I thought that was pretty funny stuff. I mean, dude, I get it. I like what you guys are trying to do, but it's not gonna work.
It's too little, too late.
Yeah, man. Nah,
You know, listen to yourself. That list is so long, and it's every major event of the last 10 years. You were on the wrong side.
Just
You
in the last
lied.
5 years with George Floyd and COVID and just everything, man. Russia and Ukraine,
Jan 6th, everything.
Which
hold on, Jan 6th. When did the switch happen? Nobody's calling it an insurrection anymore. Now it's the Jan 6 riot.
Oh, dude, not only that, did you see AOC and Hochul and all these people condemning Hamas supporters in New York a couple days ago?
What? I thought we were pro-Hamas.
Oh, CERN is running right now? Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I was feeling a little wheezy here, actually.
It's another dimension. Jesus Christ.
They're condemning, well, come on, dude, it's January 2026. We got a midterm to win here, people. No, we love the Jews now, right? That's how it works, dude.
Well, the coffers are running dry.
Yeah, man. We need
money.
We get all the money in there.
Like, I love the Palestinians just as much as the next guy, but they're not donating. You know what I mean? You know, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know.
There's no PPAC out there, right? It's just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest.
Turns out Palestine, a lot more beggars than donators.
You know, those kafifas cost a lot of money. I don't know about that. And just from a fabric perspective, you know, the yarmulke is a lot easier and cheaper to make than the kafifas. You know, there's a lot of material with that.
This is really going to blow your mind, but 10% of a flotilla, not as much as you thought it would be. Thought that flotilla had a lot more substance. Yeah. Poor guys.
Oh, man. So funny, dude.
So they're anti-Hamas. Huh?
Yeah, they're now condemning Hamas. They're pro-Jew, and
I mean, this is you guys were celebrating the guys who literally Israel came in, was bombing these people, stopped bombing them, left the land. Hamas came back in, and the people who were being bombed were like, "We had it better under Israel."
Yes,
it was better when they were bombing us.
No. I don't know. You nailed it a while back when we were watching the video of people at the Gaza Strip. I mean, Chicago Slims out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these are some hardy-looking folk.
All I heard about was starving. You guys came out looking fat.
Which is why they never showed you anything happening in Darfur or in Sudan, because those are real people in a real genocide really starving to death and being raped and murdered.
Yes.
Dude.
Big
I mean,
difference.
Those kids are dying out there.
Yeah.
So
I think it was like Darfur. I think it was Darfur. This chick had her hands cut off. And they were like, yeah, they killed my entire family, my kids, and they raped me and cut off my hands. Suddenly Ukraine doesn't look so bad.
I know, it's not
Kiev.
Yeah, dude. It's hard to sell the atrocities in other places when that's going on, but there's zero cameras anywhere. Like, you guys have zero interest in this place. For 2 years, all I heard about was Kiev and the Gaza Strip, and the only place reporting on Darfur was Democracy Now! That's it.
Almost too much, but
yeah, a little too much. Yeah.
Amy, we get it. You're heartbroken.
I know, we all are. But speaking of being
and the only
heartbroken,
reason we care about Darfur is because it's the Christians.
That's right, man. They're killing all the
So
Christians.
the other way
dude.
around, we'd be all for it.
But speaking of heartbreak or anything doing damage to the heart, this new study has come out in regard to the COVID vaccines from South Korea, of all places. And why is this an interesting place to get data to come out of? Well, South Korea, similarly to Australia, mandated every single resident take the vaccine and the subsequent booster shot program. And so in South Korea, a country of 51.6 million people, it just happens to be that 51.6 million people took all 4 booster shots. And so now
they were like the poster child, remember?
Absolutely.
They were 99%.
It was them in Australia, and curiously, we're getting zero data out of Australia. So I imagine their government is putting the kibosh on anything happening out of there. But I've been hearing from the rumor mill that they are having widespread issues with turbo cancers and heart attacks and strokes, just like we're seeing everywhere else. It's just very interesting what's happening in these places like Australia and here South Korea, where 100% of the population took these shots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So now we have the evidence being revealed through the data that they wanted to hide for 75 years. Here it is. And this is a very clear indication as to why they wanted to hide it.
You couldn't get a stronger study than this. Every single resident in South Korea was in this study, every single one. And so what did they do in this study? Well, they again compared who got the vaccine, they compared it to who didn't, and they stratified by dose number. But the shocking thing about this study is, before we dig into it, is this is the strongest signal that we have to date that vaccine-acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is real, or what's called VAIDS.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's no surprise.
Bro,
everybody knows that guy at work that's sick all the time, and he's vaccinated. He's always getting the flu shot, and he's always sick.
Absolutely. I work with several people who are sick on a monthly basis. If anything is floating around, they will get it, and then they will have to call out of work because they're too sick to come to work. If you took the vaccine program, if you welcomed the gene therapy into your body, congratulations. You have AIDS.
Yeah.
You got AIDS. Yes.
Unfortunately.
Again, worst I told you so in history, but all of us plague rats here who said, maybe we should wait it out a little bit just to see what happens. You know, I'm a healthy guy. COVID doesn't affect healthy people in any serious way. So I'm going to ride it out, ride this thing, old-fashioned idea. It sounds preposterous to many people, I know, but I'm going to try this thing out called natural immunity. I'm going to see if I can naturally fight this thing off. And if I survive, we'll see if my body can continue surviving. The rest of you, I mean, how many people? They claim 80% of the world's population took at least the 2 shots. And this guy here is saying if you got all 4, if you did the schedule, then each subsequent shot reduced your immunity levels and your T cell counts. And so, dude, Tony Fauci is the creator of the vaccine for
the virus. He did both.
He's the godfather of AIDS, and it just so happens that his little COVID vaccine is giving everyone AIDS, dude. Tony,
did my vaccine give you AIDS? Don't worry, we got a shot for that.
The godfather of AIDS went around and inoculated.
Coming back.
Is it a shock that you got AIDS from the guy who created AIDS, pushed this vaccine?
Not only gave everybody in the world AIDS.
Yeah, man.
Vaccines over the years, man.
Dude, AIDS, man. Everyone now has AIDS. We're surrounded by people with AIDS, bro.
So what happened in this study was as each dose was incurred among these South Koreans, so they get 1 dose, 2 dose, 3 dose, 4+ doses. Each time they got another dose, their immune function dropped off, and they suffered. When you reach the 4th dose, you started to suffer about 550% increased risks of other infections.
Damn.
Wow, man. I'm too stupid to even understand that percentage. Like, how does that even equate?
5.5 times.
So you're just sick all the time. That's what that means.
Yeah, 5.5 times more likely.
Common cold, tuberculosis, and upper respiratory tract infections. It was an absolute travesty. And you know who was affected the most was young children, ages 0 to 19. Oof. They had the highest risks of these other infections. So what's happening?
What's insane is the lunatic leftist reaction of a few months ago when RFK announced, we're going to take off this gene therapy from the childhood school schedule because it's killing kids.
Yeah. And COVID isn't.
Right.
It never was. They sold you the idea of vaccinating your kid so he could protect grandma. It was literally what they said. Well, some kids in the school go home to grandma.
Yes.
What kind of population kills the kids to save the grandparents? We're so backwards.
Absolutely, man.
It's almost like we got a fucking boomers in power that don't want to die. And so they
Wow.
go through any lengths.
Yes, man. Absolutely. And or you could look at it from my perspective, which is a very conspiracy kind of lens, but in my mind, this was a eugenics program from day one. They were hell-bent on depopulating the planet, and you're going to jack everybody up with this, but we're especially going to get the kids because it's going to mess them up young. They're going to live for sure. Don't worry. They're going to keep
we need
living.
them to work.
Yes.
We just need them to die before they retire.
Yes, and what before they die, before retirement, in that 40-year time span, we're gonna make as much money as possible off of these sick human beings. We're gonna jack you up with all our pharmaceuticals to keep you barely alive, just
Keep
to
you
the point where you
working.
die. Exactly.
Keep you
dude.
working until you die. Yeah.
That's how demonic and evil these shots were, man.
It's what we do to cows. They literally want to make us cows.
We are cattle, man.
We are.
If you subscribe to the Zionist Jews running the world, they look at us goyim as literal cattle. So maybe that's how this all plays out here.
Not a good time to be a redhead.
Are causing immune collapse. They're exhausting the T cells. They're causing immune dysregulation, what's called IgG4 class switching. The immune system literally becomes dysfunctional. And as our other studies indicated,
I do love it because I just fell asleep 4 times. That's how you know this guy is honest. What you don't want is the guy who comes out like, hey, you see my lab coat? Hey, I'm Fauci. I threw the first pitch. I'm eating a hot dog. I'm just like you.
Related to immune function literally become shut down. And so this is very disturbing. And again, you
This guy's
can't
been
get
touched by the tism, dude. Look at those eyes.
a stronger sample size than an entire country.
Oh man, I know. That's why I don't play this guy a lot, but he's out there and there's no news on this. You can't turn on CNN and get a report about how in South Korea they're all dying or they're getting sick at a rate of 500% more than they used to because they took
6 months. It always takes about 6 months.
Yeah,
Talk about it on here because it came out of UK or South Korea, and then 6 months later,
eventually Cuomo will do it on Newsmax or whatever channel he's on. News Nation.
Christmas 2026. Our mom's gonna be like, "Did you hear about this? This VAIDS? It's giving us VAIDS."
VAIDS, man. We
That's
have
so sad.
vaccine-induced AIDS worldwide. 80% of the 8 billion people allegedly took these shots. So that is billions of people with AIDS. Dude, the profits for Big Pharma on billions of people with AIDS, man.
You see the boat Borla just bought? It's 130-foot yacht. That's so crazy.
Yeah, man. Fauci and Borla living it up, man. Because they
For those that don't know, Borla is the CEO of Pfizer.
Yes.
Who is literally out of a comic book supervillain.
Quite
Accent
literally.
and everything.
Absolutely.
We trusted him with all of our lives. Man. Well, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah. The floor is yours, my man. Yeah.
Before we run out of time, man, we're running short here. We got to talk about it. We missed the anniversary of the deadliest day in U.S. Frank, the worst day since the Civil War or Pearl Harbor? What do we say?
What was I think they
5 years.
they tried to do the
6th.
I got this.
It was the anniversary of January 6th, and we missed it. We should have done a special.
They always say it was the greatest atrocity on like our homeland since the Civil War, and
It was the first attack on U.S. soil since Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, always, man. Which I find funny because for some reason now, 25 years later, we have forgotten 9/11. I guess 9/11 is just not a thing.
That doesn't
has
even
ever...
matter. Well, we don't want to talk about it because we realized we attacked ourselves. So that was actually...
right. Yeah, good call. You know, we don't want to bring up the dancing Jews from 9/11. That's a little sour subject there.
Dude, I just blew this guy's mind the other day. Because, a lot of guys, like, especially you got kids, like, dude, you don't give a fuck about the stuff we talk about. You know what I mean? Like the stuff me
Absolutely.
and you think about and everything. But
Right.
9/11, he like didn't want to hear about it, and then all I said was, "You don't think it was weird that we found no parts of a plane? Like you couldn't even find the engine of the plane, but they found the passport." And he was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "No." I was like, "Dude, 2 buildings came down, and they found the passport of the terrorist."
That's right.
He's like, "That can't be true." And then I showed him, and he was like, "Dude, I've never seen somebody in real time like 180 it."
Bro, you're Morpheus. You're Morpheus, and you held out the hand with the 2 pills right there, dude.
The red pill was just Google. Like,
the Pentagon's the best. There's like,
have you seen? Hold on though, because it even blew my mind because I didn't even think it was as bad as it was. Have you seen the pictures of the passports?
No, actually,
Bro, it is literally you took your passport and then you took a Bic lighter and like you singed the corner of it. I'm not even joking. It's such a joke. And then they're like, "Yeah, we found this after this. It was in this plane that crashed into a building, blew up. The fire was so hot it melted the iron beams. That's what caused it to collapse."
Dude, it dustified. We watched the dustification.
This passport. Oh, that was the funniest part. That's what got him was when I said dustification, and then he started going. You know what I mean? And then the passport thing, he was saying like, now he believes everything.
Well, I mean, dude, you dustified steel beams, but this thing survived? Are you kidding me, dude?
The plane ticket.
Wow, man.
The fire burned so hot, it melted steel beams. But you guys found a passport.
Not even the steel. I mean, aside from we never found thousands of bodies, if I recall.
So many things disappeared.
It's crazy when you think about it. So let's see here. 4 of the hijackers' passports survived in whole or in part following the September 11th attack.
You gotta find the picture of the one, dude. It's literally like they singed the corner with a big lighter. It's so funny.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to get it
How
here.
unbelievable is? I think they found the passport at. They found one of them at the Pentagon too, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I remember correctly. It's weird. I can't.
So funny.
I'm having a hard time finding it for some reason. But yeah, they're saying they found 2 or 4 total, and one of the hijackers on flight 11 was found near the World Trade Center ruins by the South Tower. And let's see here. Yeah, that's crazy. The passport of another hijacker was found in luggage that did not make it.
Dude, you just got to type 9/11 terrorist passport in Google and then go to images. There's literally this green passport.
I think you could share it potentially, but let's see here. You're saying Google does it up, right? And we're gonna do. You're saying 9/11 terrorist passport.
Yeah, I don't know how to zoom.
So
That's
here,
so funny.
Images, passport, and oh, dude, with the face on it still.
Oh, they got the one with the face, but then you see the green one, where it's literally just they burnt the edges.
Holy cow! Let's see here.
It's so funny.
I clicked the image accidentally. Now it's taking me down a rabbit hole of
I know.
places here. But oh, I see it now. All right, I'm gonna get it up on the screen here because it is absolutely ridiculous.
This
Holy
is
cow.
probably the biggest red pill. I think this is the one that was found at the bottom of the World Trade Towers.
Wow. Wow, man.
What do you mean?
Steel beams dustified, human remains disappeared into thin air, but this passport survived, man.
Frank,
Holy
there was
cow.
so much jet fuel on this plane that when it hit, caused this fireball that melted beams. Oh, but we found this passport that was on the plane.
That's
Are
unbelievable.
you kidding me? And we bought it. Hook, line, sinker. Just fucking
But without it, we
Swallowed
would.
whole, man.
Without that passport, we would have never believed yellow cake uranium, dude. Like, it
But that's the best part.
you
is
needed the passport for yellow
passport
cake
says
uranium.
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That's the best part. That's the fucking best part. It's the best. No, you don't understand. It's the most red pill thing.
So what do? We took out Saddam Hussein in Iraq, bro.
And then we're gonna do Afghanistan to finish the job. What are you confused about? I'm
Even
more
though-
confused on what you're confused about. Like, what's going on here? What do you mean?
The guy who orchestrated
just like
it.
now, Frank, we got drugs coming in from Colombia, so we're gonna take out the leader of Venezuela.
That's
Then we're gonna
right.
oh, hear me out. Then we're gonna invade Iran. Fentanyl, Frank. It's fentanyl from China coming through Mexico.
The passport for one of the hijackers belongs to Saudi Arabia, and the guy who orchestrated the whole thing lives in Pakistan, so we're going to attack Iraq and Afghanistan. That was the choice we
Don't
made.
worry, these Americans can't even find these places on the map. Half of them think Pakistan is the city in Iraq. Like,
It ends in Stan, and they're all towel heads, in our opinion. I think that's just how it worked out.
Sir, I don't think the people will buy this. Tell them they all speak Arabic and they're Muslim. It's all the same.
Oh, man. That is so crazy, dude. The passport
absurd.
thing,
It's
it
absurd.
is really absurd. But it worked. We're idiots.
It worked.
They
Yeah.
know the
Yeah.
sheep. They know. They know what we will take and allow to happen, and we don't have enough time or space in our daily lives to fight it or to disagree or any of that stuff. So yeah, you know what?
That's why they're able to sell us this Jan 6 to half the population. You know?
That's why it worked so well in the initial sell, and that's why nobody even thought to question. So the White House put this out on Jan 6th. Actually, they put out a little.
Oh, look at all those people.
Actual traitors to the American dream.
What's that guy? What's the arms guy? Kissinger.
Kissinger, yeah, who's out of a job currently. So the White House now, you can go to their website. They have their revised version from the official version, and it gives you a clear idea of what actually happened on Jan 6th. And it even opens with Nancy Pelosi spent over 3 years and nearly $20 million in taxpayer funds on her
it's
partisan select
crazy.
committee, producing a scripted TV spectacle to fabricate "quote unquote" insurrection narrative and pin it all on President Trump.
Listen, he's not wrong.
He's absolutely not wrong whatsoever.
She even had her fucking film whatever.
Nancy Pelosi hired her
daughter
to direct an HBO Max documentary special live while it was unfolding, as if they knew ahead of time what was going to happen. She's quoted live in that video while it was occurring as taking responsibility. She said, quote, "I take responsibility."
Yeah.
She called off the 70,000 National Guards that were supposed to be.
National Guard, we don't need you. Film crew, we need you. That
Yes,
was her.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Go to the website.gov or the whitehouse.gov website. They will give you a nice timeline of the events and why it was all Nancy Pelosi's fault. But they're claiming that this act by the White House is an attempt to rewrite history. Jimmy Fallon or one of the Jimmys on the late night Jimmys almost cried about it on their show and
Of course.
claiming that, the
Yeah.
Trump White House is rewriting this history and all this stuff. And a day that they claim will be remembered like 9/11 or any of these other days. I don't know, man. I remember where I was and what I was doing when someone told me about Charlie Kirk last year. I remember where I was, what I was doing when Trump, the first Trump assassination attempt. I can give you the exact same details about where I was and what I was doing 25 years ago on 9/11. I don't even remember what day of the week Jan 6th occurred on. I have no idea
It didn't
when this
matter.
day.
It was a nothing.
It was absolutely nothing. It was what we love to refer to as a nothing burger these days, but let's just go down the memory road.
5 years now since the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. After the election, President Trump pardoned nearly 1,600 rioters, some returning to the Capitol today, holding onto their pardons. And tonight, the White House on its official website saying the protesters on that day were peaceful. The official White House website also accusing Vice President Mike Pence of cowardice and sabotage. and what Mike Pence is now saying tonight. Here's Jay O'Brien.
Tonight, exactly 5 years since the violent January 6th attack, pardoned Capitol rioters returning to protest.
I noticed no shots of Nick Fuentes, who was there with a megaphone stoking the violence.
I was just like, they love showing the same 4 pictures of like the people climbing the wall, and they're gonna show the guy breaking the window, and like, why don't you ever show like the video of the cops walking the people around inside
Through the velvet ropes?
The velvet rope,
we're gonna see the shaman, the MAGA shaman guy, right? But
for sure on Nancy Pelosi's podium. Yeah.
0 shots of Nick Fuentes on the steps with a megaphone telling people to storm the Capitol. You know,
Ray Epps.
Or Ray Epps, two of our favorite federal agents who never got in any trouble for being on Jan 6th, right? No, 0 footage of those
The
guys.
crowd clashing with counter demonstrators as they march to the Hill.
They also don't want to show anything regards to a cop just shooting Ashley Babbitt in the face for absolutely no reason, right?
Did you
Because
see the video that came out about her like before the shooting? They were walking through the Capitol.
Yes. Absolutely.
With the cops.
Escorts. They had police escorts, man.
And she gets shot by one of them.
There's video of one guy who's got the MAGA gear on, the MAGA hat. He's got a flag with him, and he literally pulls out his cop credential to the guard inside the Capitol, and they let him walk through the fucking metal detector, dude. He was a literal paid federal agent cosplaying as a MAGA supporter. This was a psyop, man. It's unbelievable that.
And for those keeping track, we went from 0 feds there to 250.
Yeah, we're at like 30%, 30% federal agents, man.
So keep that in mind.
And I can't stop saying it because it's the most true statement of our current time that we're in. But Nick Fuentes was a paid federal agent at this event. Prior to his rise to fame, he received an anonymous $250,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, I did read about the Bitcoin. All you groypers out there.
You're being played by the feds.
Dude.
Literally played by the feds.
Turn off the Nick Fuentes. Go talk to a girl. Get laid.
Dude, the Groypers, you guys are the new age QAnon. Congratulations, retards. You literally are you're the new QAnon.
You're just the rights Antifa. Right? There's morons on both sides.
Absolutely, man. Losers. Yes. Yeah, you're being controlled and psyop by the 3-letter agency.
You're wasting your life, dude. Yes. Go get a job.
The anniversary, the White House unveiling a new website trying to rewrite the history of the riot, repeating the lie the 2020 election was stolen and accusing then Vice President Mike Pence of cowardice and sabotage for rejecting President Trump and certifying the election.
So they keep pushing this idea that 2020 was legitimate when we are getting, as all things with the lies of legacy media and the psyop of the modern era, it's a one-way street as the truth keeps coming out with COVID, with the Steele dossier and Russian infiltration of our elections, and then everything with 2020. The further we go down the road of what happened with that election, the more and more clear it becomes that this was a stolen election on multiple fronts. Those people there on Jan 6th, though they acted a little outrageously and they were being stoked by 3-letter agencies, they were there for a valid reason because that election was legitimately stolen. Yes. Dude.
No, there's only 2 options, and you just got to look at it logically. There's only 2 options here. Either it was stolen, or 15 million people showed up and voted who never voted before and haven't voted since.
Yes.
Which one seems more realistic?
Absolutely,
15 million people showed up that never they cared so much in 2020 that they had to vote for Joe Biden. 15 million people. And then they disappeared.
That's right, man. Well, no, they switched sides, right? That's what happened.
No, they didn't even switch sides. They didn't even switch sides. Not like Trump won by 15 million against Kamala. They just disappeared.
Yeah, they never
voted before, and they haven't voted since. Not in the midterms, not in the election, not in the general. Where'd they go?
Oh, they were just inspired that year by George Floyd, bro. Come on, we all know that's what
Joe Biden was just that great of a president. You know what I mean? He's that great of a guy. Everybody had to come out and vote for him.
That's right, man. What's very interesting about the 2024 election now is I watched some stuff with Nick Shirley, our favorite investigative journalist out of Minnesota. Currently, he's been talking about Tim Walz and what makes Tim Walz so interesting as far as his VP candidacy and his shocking pick for VP in 2024. The day that he was announced as the pick for Kamala, the Harris campaign received $35 million in campaign finances, and it was the it was the highest single day campaign whatever it was the most money ever received for a campaign in one single day in the history of US politics.
Wow.
And he's claiming that the Somali fraud,
I was gonna say, how many fucking Somalis donated that day?
and that's why they picked Tim Walz, because he was able to funnel the money through that Somali fraud into the Kamala Harris campaign, which shockingly raised billions of dollars out of nowhere over the course of like
the
a
only
couple
thing that
weeks.
makes sense. Why would you
Absolutely.
pick Tim Walz? How
Because
did you guys get so much money?
He was the
You know,
keeper of the
why
fraud
did you
money,
pick
man.
that Shapiro guy? She might have had a better chance with Shapiro.
She would have won with RFK.
No, I don't think she would have ever won, actually. She was a terrible candidate.
Awful candidate,
Awful.
but yeah, they
Nobody
should've won.
felt it, you know.
Well, she's extremely inauthentic. She was clearly box checked as black woman to be vice
Yeah.
president without any other credentials or, you know, past histories or experience.
She
I
just
mean,
wasn't likable.
no, she's a horrible person. She's a drunkard.
Listen, Bill Clinton and George Bush, two very different political views, but both had that same charisma.